So, audio live, no spoilers for Thingy Do.
Fine. I'm being censored, guys.
Deal with it. Don't play games 2 weeks after they come out. You don't have that problem.
Sure I do. You'd actively spoil it for me.
Well, no, because I wouldn't be talking about it either. That's how this works.
No, I mean outside of stream, you'd 100% be spoiling this game for me.
Nah. I wouldn't be nearly as far. If other people weren't playing it, I would not be nearly as far as I am. Because I'd be, slow playing it much more.
I mean, even I'm slow playing for how I usually play a Fire Emblem game. I'm not already on New Game Plus, so... Actually, I don't even think I'm even remotely close to the end of the game.
I think it's 25 chapters, so you're about halfway.
I was about to say, I think I'm on 13 or 14.
Well, you're clearly on at least 14, because I'm on 13 myself. And I don't have 2 of the emblems you have, so...
Send, why don't you go and... A bio says, well, I get the stuff ready to send. Why don't you go ahead and inform people of the, quote, fun, end quote, thing I told you about a few days ago, since it'll actually be relevant to the first thing this week.
Oh, yeah.
Why am I suddenly very concerned about Bio's well-being?
So, as Bio was working on the stuff for this week, I'm not sure how he discovered this, but he discovered that on Bernadetta's portraits, specifically on her sad portrait, for some reason, the developers or the artists or somebody weren't paying very close attention, and her eyes actually clip through her eyelids.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, her eyes clip through her eyelids. It's pretty great. Let me see if I can find the image. So if you look real close, you can see right here, she's got her eye clipping through her eyelid, and also right there as well.
Oh, that's dumb.
So then Bio felt compelled to fix it.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
Literally only Bio would have ever noticed this.
I have to look at these portraits very closely at times because of the way I occasionally need to mash different expressions together. And there you go. Yeah, you have to zoom in pretty fucking far to see it, but yeah, Bernie's eyes clip through her eyelids. It's pretty intense.
And it also applies to her house's time skip one as well, for reference.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much.
Bio!
Look, at the very least, I did make him swear off going back and fixing all of the Three Houses ones. For 2 reasons. One, apparently he just can't. He doesn't have access to the in-progress files anymore for some reason. But the other is that there's, hundreds of them.
Well, no shit!
So, you know. He mentioned that. I was like, please tell me you're only fixing this moving forward and you're not going to try and go back and fix all of them.
Good. I feel this bizarre protectiveness over Bio. I feel very guilty about the amount of work Bio does for this stupid stream.
Oh, hold on. Is that this coming weekend?
Is what, this coming weekend?
Oh, no, it's through today. Steam just happened to tell me that Scarlet Nexus had a free weekend. I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Question.
Yeah.
What's Scarlet Nexus?
It's this game right here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Go watch the stream archive. I streamed it over my birthday. The entire game.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did stream a thing on your birthday. I told you I'm taking mine off, right?
No. No, you said no such thing. Oh, somebody's dying again.
Yeah, I'm taking my birthday off, but...
It's a game about a nice dumb guy, a murderous psycho, and a fucking coward. Yeah, so, it's one of those, 2 choice of main character sort of deals, like Zillia, right? So you've got nice, dumb as a brick and dense as lead main character boy, and you've got crazy, psychotic cis-con main character girl.
Well, I know who you played, obviously.
On stream, I actually played as Yuito, as the guy.
That doesn't track. Who are you, and what did you do with my brother back in August?
I'd done Kasane's route already. Yuito's is better by like a lot. So the problem is that Kasane spends the entire route being, and this is true on both routes because they're running parallel. The stories are both happening. It's not like they're different paths. They're the same story, just running side by side. And you kind of have to play them both to get the full picture, really. But Kasane spends the entire game being first super overprotective of her older sister, then super mad her older sister got killed, then super protective of her older sister again because it turns out she's not dead, she's just a monster now, then super sad that her sister's actually dead. And throughout all of this, she keeps trying to murder Yuito because future Yuito told her to. And she refuses to talk anything out with Yuito at any point and just tries to murder him on sight every time they meet. Well, he's just like, Kasane, can we please just talk about this? Like normal people. Meanwhile, over in Yuito's route, there's this childhood friend girl named Hanabi who has fire powers and is fucking amazing and is the best character in the game. And she is very blatantly in love with him and he has no fucking clue and she's too much of a coward to actually tell him.
So, me, if I had fire powers.
Basically, yes. You would identify super hard with Hanabi. It's fucking insane. Nice dumb boy who collects and is obsessed with collecting mascot merch. Yeah, that's true. He also is obsessed with this character called Baki. And like all of his like Bond scenes with his party members end in them giving him a Baki doll. It's great. Hey Kasane, you know everything that's happening, so why don't we just talk about no, I'm going to murder you for no reason. Yeah, it's literally every interaction between Yuito and Kasane. It's great. Like, Kasane, why did you kill my dad? Fuck you and die! But why though? No talking, just death! Meanwhile, her entire team is like, could we stop trying to murder Yuito at every opportunity for no reason?
Bio says
Kasane actually is just flat out terrible. It's true. She's really bad. And also, she doesn't even play as well as Yuito. Like, I like the look of her attacks better. They're flashy and cool looking, but they're just not as practical, and Yuito wrecks shop so goddamn hard. Even when they all have the exact same suite of abilities available to them. It's insanity. Also significantly less powerful and clunkier to use. Yeah, also that. Yeah. There's this one ice level, right? Where, like, to progress through it, there's these big walls of ice you have to, like, go break down. And Kasane, it takes her, like, a solid 10 seconds of whacking this ice for it to finally fall over. Yuito walks up, pokes it twice, and it's gone. He's just like, no ice, no ice. No, and Kasane's like, I'm still stuck behind this glacier. Fuck that icy hellscape. Yeah, exactly.
You know it's serious when Bio puts something in all caps.
Oh, you should have seen the salt from DOS 2, Willow. You should have seen the salt from DOS 2.
I saw some of it.
Oh, you didn't see any of it by comparison, I promise you.
Well, considering Bio still...
We offhandedly mentioned it the other night, and he nearly had a fucking...
Yeah, I know. I was there for that. I was there for Bio very violently reacting.
PTSD. Just because you were there doesn't mean you were paying attention, Miss. I was too busy playing Three Hopes. Or Engage. Whichever one you're...
Yeah, I was in fact playing
Fire
Engage.
Emblem of some descript.
It's why I wasn't as actively in chat on Thursday. I was very distracted by Engage, but I was there because it's entertaining watching Natsu be angry at Sarge the entire time.
Thought I was about to give him an aneurysm when I didn't take the castle thing. I just wanted Sarge dead. That's all I wanted.
Bio says just go watch the first 20 minutes of the second Wildermyth stream. That will get the entire year of suffering across in just one bit.
Yeah, that's fair. Also just Wildermyth in general.
I'm just sad Wildermyth's not prettier. Like, I'm not sure it hits the pretty pixel quota. Like, Dokapon Kingdom really doesn't either, but it's just such a glorious clusterfuck that I have to play it. Bio says 12,000 characters. All anger, only swearing, just shouting.
Yep. I think I've still got it somewhere. Because, you know, Google Drive never forgives and never forgets.
I'm surprised you don't just have a Google Drive folder that just says things Bio made.
You're making an awful big assumption there, Willow.
Bio says I added colored text solely to get across how absolutely fucking furious I was.
It's true. He added colored text. It was a thing.
I still think the way that maps, when you've got that little mapping tracker pulled up, is really fucking disturbing.
Oh, you should see the way it does it when you have like an RTX graphics card like Gil does. Holy shit. It's uncanny valley is what it is. Wait, can I find that at speed? RTX.
Because, you know, it's funny. Because I think the VTuber models are actually really cool, but it is legitimately disturbing.
Yeah, it does that if you have RTX. Like, it's much more accurate facial tracking, but it's fucking terrifying as well. Sorry, you were saying something about VTubers?
Like, I actually think VTuber models are kind of cool, to be totally honest. But, at the same time, like, it just, anytime I see that little stick figure model thing pulled up off to the side, I'm just like, that's so unnerving.
Oh, it's only there sometimes.
Go away.
What is that? Flush with the... Oh no, there's just an actual green outline around that entire frame.
Oh, Bio also says, out of those 12,000 characters, a third of them were devoted to a single fucking room.
Well, that room was bullshit on toast. Such garbage that the end of that game. My god. Okay, so we're gonna make sure we don't miss one of these this week. Even books that can't read shouldn't be judged by their covers. Are we making a shot at fucking Book Chan from Sophie here? Is that what we're doing? I don't think Willow's gonna get that one.
Nope.
Yeah, and be sure to watch your back out there, okay? Hear you loud and clear, boss. I'm sure glad I got you in my corner. And thank you again for all the help. It's no problem. Now you'd better head out if you want to make it there by sunset. Don't need to tell me twice. Later, boss. Good to see you again. Oh, that was a nice surprise. Feels like it's been forever now since I last saw him. Now, where was I on my daily rounds before he... Shez? What were you doing talking to a bandit like that? Oh, the hell, Bernie! Why were you hiding in a bush like that? Well, since I don't have my own room to hide in now, this just seemed like the next best option. Okay, but why a bush specifically and not a shed or something? How are you hiding so well in it that even I didn't notice you were there until you popped out? I don't really know why. It just felt natural to me for some reason. Anyways, that guy wasn't a bandit, Bernie. He was actually an old buddy of mine from when I used to be a merc back in the day. He was just here to ask if I've heard of any good jobs he could take in the area. Oh. I know the guy might not look pretty rough around the edges, but it's not a good idea to judge people based off how they look. Sorry, it's just I've had to spend so much time dealing with people like Hubert or my dad, who look and sound like jerks because, well, they are, that I've kind of started to do that on habit as a defense mechanism. Oh. That, unfortunately makes a lot of sense. Hey, still though, my friend there's actually pretty nice when you take the time to talk to him. He even sends some of whatever money he earns back home to help support his family. He does? Yep, that's why it's never good to judge people before you've actually gotten the chance to talk to them. Take the Dew, for example. He can look pretty intimidating at first glance because of how big he is, but he's probably one of the nicest people you'd ever meet once you get to know him. Or on the other end of things, there's that Ashen Demon. She looks normal at first, but she's actually a monster who will try to kill you on sight if you give her the chance. I'm not sure if that second example is entirely true. Huh? You... what? I don't think that the Ashen Demon is actually that bad of a person. At least not fully. Really? Because I have a good few broken ribs that would disagree with that. You were there for that whole thing, so what exactly makes you think she isn't some kind of monster? I don't really know why myself. I admit that I was really scared at the time because of how angry she was, but she never did actually try to hurt me, and she even told me to get away to safety before your fight began. Well, it's possible she only did that because she didn't know yet that you had changed sides, isn't it? If she had, who knows what she would have done. Maybe you're right. I could just be overthinking things again.
So Bio says, by the way, the leaves that are sticking in Bernie's hair from the bush are actually something I decided to add at the last minute when I started to add in the dialogue. Pouting Mouth Bernie has in the last panel is actually something I had to take from her pre-time skip portrait's angry expression, since her post-time skip one doesn't have the right look that I needed. On a side note, I just love the concept that Bernie feels so at home hiding in bushes because of the lessons taught in the parallel timeline by Arbylev.
I mean, obviously.
Everyone in the bushes.
A deeply unfortunate case of temporal jamais vu. Which, do I need to pull that up for you?
No.
Hello?
Nope.
Okay. It's just such a non-common one that I wasn't sure if you'd be familiar. I wonder who's actually going to be on kitchen duty today. I bet Bernie could probably go for something sweet after the experience she apparently had a few days ago, so it'd be pretty nice if it were someone like Annette or Mercedes who got picked. Dorothea, I have located you at last. Huh? Who'd be calling for me out of the blue so early in the day? Oh, hello there, Flame. What's got you worked up all of a sudden? I have been most excited to speak with you, Dorothea. Is it true that you were once a famous diva in the Empire's capital city of Enbar? And that you were additionally praised as having a mystical voice? Whoa, that's a lot to come out of nowhere. Why would you suddenly start asking about... Shez told you about the time I sang for her the other day. No. Maybe. Plain, we both know you're a bad liar. Yes, Shez has in fact informed me of the time you had sang for her. Last time I trust her to keep a secret. I'm not sure what she told you, Flane, but you also came here to hear me sing too, then you're out of luck. My apologies, Dorothea. However, asking to hear you sing was not my intention for seeking you out here. I was actually interested to request if you could perhaps use your talents to grant me lessons in the art of singing. You were looking for me because you want me to teach you to sing. Okay, what suddenly brought this on? You see, on occasion, the other soldiers will sometimes begin to sing as a group to help raise their spirits. I greatly wish to join with them when they do, as it always seems a joyous time when it takes place. But the manner of singing I am used to is many years out of date. Well, I guess I can't just turn you down if you're feeling this passionate about it, now can I? You truly mean that? Of course. What kind of songstress would I be if I were to disparage someone's growing interest in music like that? You have my deepest gratitudes, Dorothea. Oh, it's nothing. So let's have you start off with some vocal warm-ups first, alright? And once we're done, I can begin to teach you about the new styles of music that have come into fashion in recent years. Now just repeat after me. Certainly, Professor Dorothea. Professor Dorothea. Professor. I've heard that word used so many times back when I was in Garrick Mock, so why does it only now feel so melancholic to hear someone say it? Dorothea, have I mistakenly said something which has upset you? If so, then I sincerely apologize. Oh, sorry about that. I guess I got lost in thought for a second. What made you think you said something wrong, Flane? It was your face. Once I had finished speaking, you took up a pained expression and suddenly had begun to cry. Crying? Why would I be... I really am crying, aren't I? Goddess, why am I suddenly crying like this? You had not realized it before now? Do you at least know what may be the cause of it? I honestly don't know. All of a sudden it just feels like there's something very important I should remember, but no matter how hard I try, I can't figure out what it is. If it's alright with you, can we please just reschedule the start of your singing lessons for another time? I suddenly don't feel like I can do it today. Of course. I would not wish to ask something of you while you are in a state such as this. Please attempt to reset. Reset. I assumed it was reset because it was Flame. Please attempt to rest if you are in need of it.
Beep boop. Robo Flame.
Please attempt to restart. It may help. I don't understand what you mean. Rest. I meant rest. Rest is what I meant.
Okay, so let's see. This one, sometimes when I have the ideas for these things, they might be because it was something that made me angry or something I just thought was a happy moment. But this one honestly just makes me feel sad. I wouldn't normally have done something like that, but the second Flame said the word Professor Dorothea, I knew how this one had to go. I genuinely had to fight with myself for a while on how visible I wanted her to be in the back panel, since it would have been thematic. Since it wouldn't have been thematic if it was too easy to see. But I still wanted it to be at least somewhat visible so people could even tell it was there.
Yeah. You can definitely tell it's there, but that for me, you know how when you open up a new game and it gives you like the contrast slider and it's like adjust the slider until you can just barely see the image on the right.
Yeah,
it's that. That's what it is. Like that's what you've captured there. Is it's there, but
so it's funny too because the way I have to really look on my tablet because of where all my fingerprints are to be able to see it at all.
Alright. There are some lessons you just have to learn the hard way. Oh, hey there, Flane. I see you got chosen for kitchen duty today, huh? Indeed. This is my first time cooking for everyone, so I have been most excited to see what you all think of the dish I have chosen to make. Well, with enthusiasm like that, how could I say no? So, what did you end up making for us all? It is a special soup of my own design. It will help to maintain your energy level in battle, and also increase the durability of your weapons. What was that second thing? This soup will increase the durability of your weapons. It may be hard to believe, but it is in fact quite effective.
I do love the dinosaur soup ladle.
Literally how? I can understand the energy levels bit, but that second one doesn't make any sense. I believe that it will perhaps be easier to understand if I were to show you. Are you currently in possession of your swords? No, my old ones kind of got punched to death, and I haven't got a new set I'm happy with yet. I guess I could go get one of the worse off ones from the armory if you give me a few minutes. Very well. If that is what it will take to prove the effectiveness of my special soup, then I shall gladly await your return. Sorry it took so long. I got into an awkward conversation with the new armory guard where I had to explain to him why I was taking the sword out of the inventory. Anyways, it's pretty beat up, but would this one still work? I believe it will work rather nicely for our purposes. Now if you would kindly hand it to me. Okay, here you go. So, I kind of forgot to ask earlier, but what is this demonstration going to be exactly? It is very simple. Just watch. Pour soup onto sword. Are you just pouring soup onto that thing? I am indeed. And covering it with soup will help get help with his durability. How exactly? Here, I believe witnessing the outcome will be the best answer to your pending questions. It's good as new now. How is that even possible? Let alone from just pouring soup onto the blade. The secret is the delicious fishy oils contained within. It just figured I'd ask, but that soup is actually safe to eat, right? Correct. I have eaten much of it while I was perfecting the recipe, and have since eaten even more while I was awaiting your return with the requested sword. Well, I guess in that case, fill me up a bowl, Flane. I'm interested to see if it tastes as good as it works. Not really sure where I was going with that one. Really? Very well. I shall prepare you a bowl most expediently. I greatly await hearing your thoughts towards its delightfully fishy flavors. Several hours later. Oh, Mercy, do you think you could take a look at me real quick? I don't feel so great. You too, Shez. Please just go find a bed to lay on for now. I'll have to get to you in a bit. Yeah, I was working on my chores when I suddenly just... Wait, me too? Yes, I believe by now you are likely the 13th person who has come in today because they suddenly fall ill like this. It's been a tiring day. There's been a dozen other people sick like me today? Jeez, what happened? I truly wish I knew the answer to that myself. My job would be so much easier if that were the case. How many people have ended up sick so far, the best guess I'm willing to make is that perhaps it was something to do with today's lunch. Not that I would know, given that I was stuck here having to sort out all the new shipment of medical supplies on my own again, and Annie was too sick to deliver my own lunch. I don't think it could have been the food. Flane ate more of the soup she made than anyone in the camp, and she's just fine. Yes, I'm sure that is certainly true. If that's the case, then perhaps it is just some type of seasonal illness.
So, Bio says, at around the same time I noticed that the ladle was a dinosaur, Bio also pointed out Flame's soup ladle is actually a little dinosaur.
Yes.
He also said, it also wasn't a thing I'd originally planned to do at first, but midway through thinking up the first image with Bernie, I decided to make it so Shez slowly loses those bits of bandages over her week. The oil can was also behind Flame the entire time in the image, but was only actually visible once she stepped out of the way while talking about the fishy oils in her soup.
20. Alright, let's see. Like father, like daughter. Alright, we finally made it to Ferdiad. Now we just need to figure out where they're keeping Dimitri locked up.
Yes, hopefully we should be able to locate him without delay. However, while it would be preferable for us to accomplish our goal in an expedient manner, I feel it worth mentioning that I am currently experiencing an uneasy feeling upon seeing the streets appear so barren of life.
Yeah, now that you mention it, where is everybody? I wasn't expecting to see many civilians, but where are the enemy troops?
Indeed, it is most troubling to not even see any sign of the enemy given the immense strategic value of the capital city they now occupy.
Yeah, I wonder if it has anything to do with those strange weapons we heard about before. I honestly can't say I even know what they... Flame, get down! Special beam cannon!
Oh my.
The hell was... I guess that is what those things do then.
Most peculiar. That strange projectile seemed rather familiar to me.
Hey, Bio, not for nothing. Why have we labeled Shez with Shez there? I'm confused.
Wait, where?
Look, on Shez's line in that second line in that panel. It's
Shez.
I feel like that was left over from scripting, bud.
Yeah, Bio says no, that was not intentional.
Okay. I thought that might be the case, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. Alright, so I guess we're gonna have to deal with that now before we actually look for Dimitri. What were those things even called again? Viscums or something like that?
Viscum? I do not believe that name to be correct, Shez.
What do you mean? That's definitely what was written on the intel reports. Our intel reports are spies provided for us.
If I am not mistaken, I believe the correct moniker for that type of weapon is actually a railgun.
Railgun? I guess I can kind of understand the first part without that energy trail look, but... What's a gun?
I do not know.
Okay. Never mind that part then. Are you telling me you're actually familiar with these railgun things, Flame?
I do not understand why, but yes, I believe that I am.
Ha. In that case, do you think you could ride around with Annie and try to shut those things down? Then Mercy and I will be able to get rid of what little troops they actually have stationed outside.
As you wish, Shez. I shall do my very best to...
Flame? Why'd you suddenly go quiet like that? Flame? Flame, are you okay?
A critical system error has been detected within internal system memory. An automatic reboot will now be initiated. Blame.exe powering down.
Okay, that's definitely new. Windows XP shutdown.mp3. Hold on. Just have the clip of it. Oh shit. Site problem though.
Did you just crash the stream?
No. I do need to plug in an audio device real quick, otherwise we're gonna get horrible echo. Where the hell is my headphone jack?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
There.
I remember that noise.
There we go. Windows XP shutdown noise. There we go. I did it. I went did the MP3. It's all good. Everything is fine. Maybe I should just get her out of here for now so Mercy can check on her. Alright, let's hurry up and get you out of... Jesus, she won't budge. Or maybe I should just go figure out where Mercy is and bring her here instead.
Let's see. Bio says... so this actually happened after the Dimitri rescue while playing, but I changed it to be before it for reasons. I grabbed the character tag. He also said I grabbed the character tag while I was copy pasting it. Usually I catch that, but shrug. That would have been a useful mistake to have made in the last image because fucking hell, but unfortunately that isn't what happened. Side note. And not a bio side note, but kind of an aside from me on this. Like, I expected way, way worse on Blaine's sudden and inexplicable ability to move.
I mean, lore-wise, it could not have happened on a more appropriate map than one with Viscums.
Oh, absolutely.
The problem with trying to cage a wild beast... I wonder how much longer that witch Cornelia is going to keep me here before she no longer needs me alive. Muffled sound of approaching footsteps. Huh? What was that noise? I think it came from outside. I think it's the right one this time. I had the most guards stationed outside the hallway leading to it, so I'd have to assume it is. It almost sounds like voices, but who could it be? Quit wasting time by standing around and discussing it already. Just stand back so I can get this damn door down before even more guards show up. I think standing here might have been a mistake. What in the hell just... Alright, looks like we finally found the right door after all. Long time no see, Dimitri. Miss us? My friends. And Felix.
Felix.
What are you all doing here? And where are Mercedes and Flame? Aren't they usually a part of your group as well, Shez? Right, well, Flame kinda... You can save the idle chatter for later. We have a job to do. I'm pretty sure what I was saying there is actually kind of important. Yeah, that was pretty rude of you, Felix. Ugh, listen, Boar. The long and short of it is that we weren't about to just leave you to die like this, so we're here to bust you out. Now hurry it up and get moving. I'm sure whatever guards are left here had to have heard that door coming down. I appreciate what you're all trying to do for me, but I cannot leave here. What are you talking about, Dimitri? Getting you out of this place is why we're here. Of course you can leave now. Even so, I'm afraid that I must stay. But why, Dimitri? What good reason could you possibly have for wanting to stay here like this? You've seen what they're doing out there. Those things. The weapons they built around the city. If I were to leave here now, they'd just use those infernal machines to wipe Ferdiad clean of my people in an instant. Huh. So instead of chains, they bound the boar down with his annoyingly unreasonable sense of duty. Figures that's a kind of twisted plan that witch Cornelia would come up with. Is there anything we can do to help? Yeah, Flame might not be here right now to help with those railgun things, but we can still figure something out, probably. Short of leaving me here, there's no plan that I would care to risk. I'm sorry you all came here for nothing. You can't seriously expect us to just leave you like this, Dimitri. They're gonna kill you in here. So be it. If that is what it will take to keep my people safe, then I will not allow that. Is that it never goes well for you once they're loose.
Okay. We do have some comments on that last one, though.
Yes.
Before anything else. So Bio says, by the way, it's at this point where I would like to mention that I didn't actually finish putting all of these together until Saturday night. You could have just said yesterday. Because there was just so much fucking dialogue in the last couple that I had to transfer over that I kept putting it off because I didn't want to deal with it. Also, Fire's here and says they're very sad because they missed their favorite map and character in the game last time. And Bio responded with, "You mean you missed Flame pulling a Sedith and literally blue screening out of nowhere?"
Yeah. It was pretty incredible. Willow's controller just...
the controller was working fine.
Flame just kind of got stuck in place and couldn't move. It was great.
Also not entirely accurate. I could spin her around, sort of.
Huh? When did he... do? What are you doing here? My reasons for being here are much the same as the others, Your Majesty. Though I have another task I set myself upon as well, and it's one that I intend to see through. Another task? What do you mean by that? I am here with two goals. One is to see to it that you are safely rescued from your imprisonment here. And the other is to give you this. Is that... Aritbar? But how did you remove it from the stone slab it was sealed to? I simply broke it. You broke Aritbar! My apologies, I should have been more clear. I broke the slab it was sealed to so that I could retrieve the lance for you. But that slab was enchanted to be practically indestructible. How did you manage? Regardless of how you did so, I can't take it. Not with how much is at stake if I do. Whether it be a duty towards the living or the guilt over those we've lost, burdens such as those are not yours to bear alone. We are here to fight by your side, Your Majesty. All of us, just as we always have and just as we always will. So instead of taking it upon yourself to keep your people safe by forfeiting your own life, you should do what you always have before and what you alone do best. Take up your lance, rally your troops, and lead the charge forwards for us, so that we may all fight to protect them, together. Now, are you prepared to leave this prison you've trapped yourself in and join us in liberating Ferdiad from those who have taken advantage of its people for their own ends? Oh. No. Okay. Hold on. OBS has decided to not track the thing it's supposed to track again. Meanwhile... Come on, I think they went this way. Right, this is the way to the room King Dimitri's being kept in, so it has to be where the intruders went. Yeah, if they even went through the trouble of stealing Aridbar on their way through the castle, then they must be trying to break him out. Wait, they stole Aridbar on their way to the hiding room? Yeah, what about it? I think maybe we should be running in the opposite direction instead. Oh, come on. That thing is how old at this point? What's the worst they could even do with it when it's basically just a glorified wall ornament by now? Hey, do you guys suddenly hear a weird whistling sound? Looks like I've still got it after all. Got what, Your Majesty? And why exactly did you throw your family's priceless artifact like that? Actually, why did I say that just now? And I have no idea why I threw Aridbar either. Just felt like something I'd normally do in this situation for some reason. Well, I guess it was effective if nothing else. Ugh, figures. Just like the boar to do something reckless without having actually thought through it first. Though I will give him this, he damn sure knows how to clear a path when he needs to.
So, comments, let's see. Bio followed up with, there was absolutely nothing on Willow's part that was wrong. Flame literally just stopped working for no reason. I blame railgun-induced memory leaks.
Yep.
Fire said Flame had to restart and download an update. Bio says the entire, this entire part 2 was, really just a long setup because I really wanted to do that the last 3 panels specifically. I mean, he yeets it in his special as well, if I recall correctly.
He does.
And his unique action as a lord also throws
it also just yeets his lance around. It's pretty great. And finally, Felix finally gets his moment. How good for you. You actually managed to corner me. Though, do you really think you can afford to kill me, given what I, and I alone, know about the tragedy of Dusker? Oh, I've no intention of killing you. Yet. At least not before you answer some questions for me first. Is that so? Well, seeing as I've nothing to do now but pass the time, I suppose I can attempt to humor you, boy. I can't say I care for your tone, but so be it. First, if simply killing my family was your goal, then you could have just let the plague you cured 20 years ago consume us first, instead of cultivating this elaborate web of manipulations and betrayals to do so now. So, who is it you're really working for that put you up to this? Who's to say? In a sense, all of that which happened 20 years ago was practically another lifetime to me, so I couldn't tell you why I didn't just end your miserable lineage then and there. Fine. I see I won't get anything from you on that point, so I'll just move on to my second question. Oh, I'm practically on the edge of my seat. Do go on. Back during the aftermath of the tragedy, my stepmother's body was never recovered, and was the only body that was never accounted for at that. What really happened to her on that day, Cornelia? Yes.
Your lights were flashing upstairs. I was seeing... Yeah,
Oh, that's the kitchen. Don't worry about that. Yeah, there's an LED in the kitchen light that is kind of faulty, and it does that sometimes.
That's headache-inducing.
Don't look at it. Now that truly is quite the interesting question. The way you were looking, I thought there was like a giant spider on the wall or something. I mean, apart from the one just over your head there.
Don't even joke.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of me looking.
Okay, don't say I didn't try to warn you. Now that truly is quite the interesting question. Though I'm hardly the most qualified person for you to ask. If you want some answers about that, then you'll just have to go to the Imperial capital and extract them from your dearest stepsister yourself. What do you mean by that? Oh, I just love to tell you, but why ruin the surprise? Now, while I've so enjoyed our little chat, I do have so very many places I need to be. Rescue! And it seems my ride out of here has finally arrived. Such a shame, truly, but I suppose this is where I must take my leave for now. The hell it is! I'm not letting you get away that easily. Oh, don't be so sad, boy. After all, you'll be seeing me again before you even know it. More crunch of cement being impaled. Damn it! While the witch spent all that time stalling, her allies were readying her escape all along. They've likely fled towards the western region, so I'll have to start off at once if I'm to... Oh, for fuck's sake, would you just stop for 1 second and think before you rush off on your own again, you stupid boar? Felix, where did this come from? Just shut the hell up and listen for once. I've got something to say, and you are gonna damn well hear it this time. Enough, Felix. I know how you feel, but you can't just... No, Ingrid, I've held my tongue on this for over 2 years now. And it's about damn time this idiot finally hears it so he can get it through his thick skull, or else he's just gonna get himself killed. Now listen, boar. We might be your subjects, but we're still your allies first. We're here to help you, damn it. And even so, you constantly insist on doing everything yourself, no matter how much we tell you otherwise or how many times we've tried to have this conversation before now. I would have thought you'd finally gotten it when even Dedu, of all people, finally had enough of your shit and laid this all out in the simplest terms possible for you earlier. But even now, you still insist on casting us all aside and handling things on your own the second a new problem shows up, without even a single thought towards how the people around you feel about it. So which is it, Boar? Do your ears just stop working anytime we try talking to you? Or is it that you do hear us, and you're practically pleading with us to actually let us help, and then you choose to ignore us each time instead? Letting Cornelia escape twice was my fault. So finding her before she can cause more harm is my responsibility. Just as it is to take revenge on those who have harmed my kingdom due to my own actions. So what? You think any of us honestly give half a damn about it being your responsibility or not? I don't like having to say it, but Felix is right, Your Majesty. All we want to do is help you, which just makes it even more frustrating to see you keep acting like this. Indeed. You already know how I feel on the matter, Your Majesty. If you need us, then we shall assist you in any way we must, even vengeance if necessary. Thank you, all of you. Now come on, we have to get ready to track that witch down as soon as possible. Guys? Shez, where have you been all this time? You suddenly disappeared not long after we got out of the castle. Yeah, sorry about that. I hate to interrupt the moment, since it really is great that this conversation is finally happening, but, I'm really starting to worry about Flayn. Oh, yes, I believe you were about to mention something regarding her and Mercedes before. What happened to them both? Well, Flayn and I were gonna lead the charge into the city like we usually would, but all of a sudden she just locked up out of nowhere? Literally. What does that mean exactly? I'm kind of lost here. Yeah, to tell you the truth, I'm honestly as lost as you are. Mercy has been trying to get her to wake up, but even she hasn't had any luck yet figuring out what's wrong with Flayn, and what's more, we can't even move her from where she's standing for some reason either, so I'm starting to think we might not have any choice but to tell Seteth about what happened. Oh God. We're all going to get killed once we get back. Yeah, basically, yeah.
So, bio commentary on this one. I really apologize for how much reading there is in this one. There was so much work I had to do in there because of what actually happened to being pretty important. I couldn't even split it into two to ease the amount of reading either, since it wasn't built in a way that would have made that actually seem natural. He then commented that Inu's haunted by ghosts, don't worry about it. And Fire added Inu's haunted by mythical 40 darks, which I assume means something to you. And then Bio continued with, okay, now you see why I was mad the name tag thing didn't happen here instead. Because it's such a fucking pain in the ass to have Dimitri and Ingrid in the same image as one another. And not that I personally think he particularly deserves it, but I felt I should let Felix have at least one moment across these two games where he actually did get to do something actually helpful.
I mean, I guess that's fair. Even if the jackass did show up, hand us an armor slayer, and then piece the fuck out in Emblem without offering to join us, the bastard!
Look, it's just even the people who designed Merms are well aware Felix doesn't do anything helpful ever.
Boy, is that like literally you go into a house and Felix shows up at your room like, oh, it's Felix, cool, we're gonna get another party. If you're having trouble with the boss, take this. Hands us an armor slayer, dips. So he showed up, called us a scrub, gave us a fancy sword, and then fucking left.
And which episode is this, so I can actually see that?
It was like, it was one of the ones last week. I can't remember whether it was Tuesday or Thursday's episode.
I know.
Hey loser, I see you're gonna get your ass kicked by the boss. Here, take this crutch weapon for babies and fuck off. I'm not helping.
Feels late.
Gil is always late. This is known. Gil, you don't snack on dinner. It's not a dinner.
You dine on dinner.
You snack on snacks. You eat dinner. Okay.
Caramel apple cobbler? That sounds delicious.
First of all, caramel apple cobbler is not dinner. That's dessert.
And definitely should have been served with vanilla ice cream if it wasn't.
Also, I'm pretty sure even when it's pronounced caramel, it's spelled caramel. Right? Or is caramel actually like a separate definition or a separate acceptable spelling? Okay, no. Caramel without the extra A is actually improper. The correct spelling is caramel.
Also, Bio follows up with, it was with ice cream. Of course, I'm not a savage. Which, fair.
That was Gil, not Bio.
Sorry, Gil. And then Bio says, their return limits now would be an episode you want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, just for your information, Willow, the game, when I had... Sorry, how far behind is my... Why is my stream so far back? I don't understand. Anyway, Gil is not Bio. Yeah, evidently. So, Merm Emblem, right? Everything's going fine. You know, we're doing fine. Nothing is a problem. I mean, things are sketchy because like it's not an easy hack by any stretch. You know, it's like actually a proper hard game. And then we get to this chapter and they're like, hey, by the way, do this in under like 12 turns or whatever. They just arbitrarily introduced turn limit. Which meant we had to start playing riskier. And like we got there under the turn limit, which was fine. And then the next chapter was like, hey, here's a tighter turn limit. Also, you have to kill 2 bosses. In that turn limit. We were right up against that fucker by the end. And to the point where we actually had 2 deaths that Baz decided we were not resetting for. Baz was just like, yeah, these maps take a while, we're not resetting. This is just Iron Man mode now. I'm like, okay, fine, fair enough. New rule, Edward is now the Lord. If Edward dies, it's game over. If you're gonna introduce arbitrary restrictions, so am I!
Of course you made it Edward.
You don't understand. Edward has become a complete monster. Like, dude has the most defense on our entire team.
You don't have to explain Edward being your choice to me. You realize this, right?
Yeah, but like, this isn't just because he's Edward. His growths have been phenomenal. Dude has been RNG blessed up the ass.
Like, I am completely fine with you simping Edward.
Oh.
What?
What
just happened?
I think the Switch decided to chill because, you know, I hadn't, like, touched it in 5 seconds. You know how it does that sometimes?
Whoops.
Now, hold on. I do have to reset the thing at the TV, though.
I was about to say, it looks like the issue's with the Elgato on our end.
No, it's not. The Elgato's fine. Check the stream. The issue is that I need to unplug the cable from the TV and plug it back in.
Why?
It just does that sometimes when, like, the Elgato either loses signal or changes aspect ratio. So, like, a lot of times when we were jumping between, like, oh. Well, now it died and I have to bring it back. Probably because I unplugged it. There we go. So yeah, we've had that problem when we were doing Sengoku Basara and Zillia at the same time for a while, right? So naturally between them we'd have to dashboard back to like the PS3 menu to change discs. Mm-hmm. And the PS3 menu runs in 1080p. But like basically every PS3 game runs in 720p. So going from the game to the menu typically wasn't an issue. But then when we went from the menu to a new game and it changed the aspect ratio down again, it broke it just like that every time.
So while I was satisfying my own desire to see more Radiant Dawn fan art. I searched up Edward just to see what fan art there is for him. The internet hard ships him with Leonardo.
This does not surprise me somehow. I fucking adore his True Blade outfit, by the way. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I goddamn love True Blade Edward. So to catch you up here, the game is unbelievably rude, like exceptionally dickish. Bio makes a strong point. So reinforcements, like every fucking turn, forever. The guy, whoever makes the ROM hack, fucking loves reinforcements, constantly. And small spoilers for this week, he's just throwing silver weapons at us left and fucking right now, on chapter 6.
I mean, to be fair...
Or 8, maybe. The point is, we're, like, in the early game, and this guy's like, silver weapons everywhere!
In fairness, I've been facing down a lot of silver weapons in my skirmishes, and...
Yes, but those are the skirmishes, which are scaling to your character level, which is as high as it is because you've been doing so many skirmishes. That's your own fault.
Not inaccurate.
Go look at the story maps you're on, and you're gonna see not everybody's wielding goddamn silver weapons.
Yes, I know that! I did story missions yesterday.
12 turns, yes, and then the next map had an even lower turn limit with 2 bosses and a fuck ton of reinforcements, and some fuck who refused to join us unless you had almost 10,000 gold to hand to him. Yeah, and his name wasn't even fucking Volk this time.
Oh my god. That just gave me so much PTSD.
You're welcome.
Why?
It also helps that they just handed you his unique super weapon out of nowhere. Oh yeah. Also, yeah, we just went into a house and somebody was like, "Hey, would you like this Khalidbolg?" Like, you know, that North American only weapon that Edward gets in part 3 that's like super strong.
It's amazing.
Yeah, they just handed that to us. They're like, "Here you go." And we're like, "Cool, I guess Edward's a god now." Like, he was already a god, but now he literally just one-shots everything without even needing a second hit. Hey, that inn will spawn reinforcements in 5 turns. And no, you can't do anything to stop it by standing on the inn entrance. Oh, and your friendly forts also spawn enemy reinforcements. I think Khalidbolg was actually a chest. You just had Krishna pick up. Whatever. Point was, it was just there.
Point is, it was lying around somewhere.
Yeah. The point is, it was just like, "Hey, would you like this Khalidbolg?" Yes, please.
I think you're forgetting what I renamed it to. It's not Khalidbolg, it's Salad Bowl.
We didn't actually get any new recruit last time, right? That map didn't have one.
I don't think so.
Okay. We did all of the Blue Lions. We did Dorothea and... No, we did all of the Black Eagles, I think, right? We did Dorothea, we did Petra.
Bernie didn't have any to do, right?
Bernie,
Outside of Shez?
Bernie didn't have any for people we have at the moment. Like, we did have Bernie and Happy. Because that was the one where they sat around and talked about, like...
Yeah.
Plants. But Happy wanted to eat them and Bernie wanted to take care of them. Like babies. I think we're on... I think we're on the... like the Blue Lions people now.
Yes.
So we did Petra and Dedue. We did Dedue and Shez. We need to do Dedue and Ash. Boy, you thought the game was rude last week, Bio. You just wait for this week on Fire Emblem, because Jesus fucking Christ!
Oh, it's so late.
I'm about ready to pull my
Didn't
hair
take
out
this
by
much
the
of a
time we
detour.
finished this week.
Just getting back?
Hey, Dedue. Hope I didn't worry you.
You didn't. You were in town, yes?
I went to pick up some supplies, but on the way back I saw these flowers blooming, and I just couldn't help but pick some.
Ah, yarrows.
Gesundheit.
They're used as an ingredient in healing salves, although you can also slap the leaves on your wounds and get mostly the same effect. Oh, and I plan on soaking them in alcohol. It'll produce a liquid that can be used for a wonderful ointment.
Well, I will say we found more units I'm
Though
familiar
I
with and was
suppose it
very
would be
happy to
faster
see.
Just use healing magic.
You seem well
Hopefully
informed
we're
on
gonna
the
manage to
subject.
find more people I actually recognize, so we can
Renato
have
knew
them
all about
die
it.
horribly as well.
So I picked up a few things from him.
Yeah, we did end up with 2 deaths
Lord
on,
Lenato had an
on
interest
last
in
week's
plants.
maps. So we had
Oh sure, he kept tons of botanical encyclopedias and
Hana
books
Dai,
like that in his room.
who I think you played
He loved
first,
flowers.
right?
Yeah.
He even
You know,
kept a
Hana,
small herb garden
she
at
died.
Castle Gaspar.
And Owain died.
Hey,
Oh.
you like
Which was a
gardening
shame
too,
because
right?
Owain was the only healing option we had.
I mean, you were
He
always
had to get to
watering
level
the
10
flowers in
first,
the greenhouse back
so
at
that we
Garrett
could
Moss.
class change him into something that could use staves, but
I
he was our
suppose I
only
do,
healing
though I
option.
know little of the
And he
medicinal
died in a
properties.
really unfortunate, like,
I guess
we were-
knowing how to grow
we were
plants
trying to
is
protect
different
our
from knowing
core
how to
group,
use them.
because we've got 4 or 5 units that we're really, like,
Even
working
so,
on.
the greenhouse
And
was a treasure
we
to me.
put Owain off to the side to try to
You're right
draw
about that.
a little bit of
I
aggro
found
away from
flowers there
them.
I'd never even seen
And he
in
drew,
Castle
like,
Gaspar's garden.
Way too much.
He drew too much,
I
yeah.
would like very much to visit this
Bayer
garden
says,
of
and
yours
both
one
of
day.
them were the only people I actually knew who weren't
We
some
should
fuck
go.
named Felix
Of
who
course,
refused to
a
join the
lot
group
has
because he's an
happened
ass.
Since I last saw it. But
Don't
my
worry,
younger
Bio. I'll
siblings
get you
should
introduced to
still be
Edward
looking
eventually.
after it.
Yep, we are gonna play Radiant
I
Dawn
look forward to
eventually,
it.
but he's gonna make me suffer through Path of
Though,
Radiance
How did
first.
Lord Lenato come to know so much about medicinal herbs?
I mean, here's the thing, right? I've been thinking about that.
He used
and,
to
like,
serve Grand
we
Duke
should play it
Rufus.
first because it, you know,
Maybe he studied
it's kind of
there while he
important
was in the
storytelling.
capital.
The problem is there's not a good way to capture it for stream.
Sorry.
'Cause the
I'm just
Wii U
sitting here
can't
chatting
play
away when
GameCube
I should be
games.
off making
It's
myself
true, it
useful.
can't. And you don't
Of
have
course.
just a regular Wii anymore, right?
I do, but that doesn't
Medicinal
connect
herbs.
via HDMI.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Is the problem. So I can't plug it into the Elgato. I could try to use the older Elgato, like the old Elgato I have, because that I can record that stuff on, but there's kind of a weird thing with using that where it introduces this like microphone, like it introduces this delay between the game and the mic capture where I have to like offset it, and I think I still have the numbers for it somewhere, but it's like a
That just sounds needlessly complicated.
yeah, it is. So, like, honestly, if we were gonna do that, what I would almost say we do is we actually
Use an emulator.
I grab a GameCube emulator and we run it off of my desktop upstairs, where we can then also upscale it and make it like, you know, 1080p.
I mean, we
goodness.
could.
Like, because I do think doing Path of Radiance is important for Radiant Dawn. Like, it helps to clarify a lot of things.
Yeah, for as much as I'm grumbling about having to do it, like, you're not wrong. Context is important, especially since we know eventually we're probably gonna end up playing Engage on stream too.
Yeah. Both of them are... Hey, I found these flowers that can be used to make medicine, which we don't need because healing magic would be easier and faster to use. Why did I pick these things? Oh, we don't have Catherine yet. Never mind. Felix and Ches we did. Felix and Sylvain. Okay.
What were you thinking? Sticking your nose into some soldier's fight?
Catherine's still busy talking about how much of a loser she is compared to Shamir. Yep, true story.
Which is
You have
saying
a lot of
something
growing up to do if
like
you're still
how
throwing
much
yourself in the middle of
Catherine
random brawls like that.
appreciates and adores Shamir.
Keep this
Catherine
up,
has
and
a
House
crest
Fragarius'
and a
reputation
hero's
will be
relic,
rolling
and
in the
she
mud with
still
you.
doesn't think she's as good as Shamir.
Yeah,
Not
but
to mention how
Shamir
it
has
reflects
the
poorly on
ability
his
to time her
majesty,
attacks perfectly
considering
to
he's
make
the
them
one
do
who made you
ice,
a duke.
and also be guaranteed crits. Shamir's
I
personal
know
skills
all that.
pretty fucking great, actually.
Do you? Because you don't look like a man who's achieved some fantastic new enlightenment.
This is rich coming from you. I liked it better when you used to take the heat.
Are you kidding? You were always the one being scolded when we were kids.
Only because you were a half-wit who kept dragging me into your ludicrous schemes.
Was that how it was? Now, whatever you say. But tell me, what's got you swinging your fists around this time?
Nothing specific. I just couldn't back down after getting involved.
You really need to start being more careful. Look, you've even got a bruise going.
What do you mean Catherine has a hero relic? I'm
knows
pretty
what
sure
would happen
she
if
has
Vargas
never owned
lost
anything
you?
like that. Definitely not some kind of
I
thunder
won't say
sword.
you'd be fine without me, but you
Yeah.
do know I'd
What
be
are you
falling
what are you
battle
on
any
about?
day now,
Lysithea
right?
had a thunder sword.
Bite your tongue, Felix. Just think for 2
I don't
seconds.
remember Catherine having any
What
such
would happen
thing.
to Vargas and to His Majesty if you died? He's got too much on his plate already, yet he insists on doing everything himself. War with the Empire, battles outside Fodlan, governing the kingdom, reforming the entire social structure of pretty much everything. If he didn't have you at his side, he'd fall flat on his face.
You speak as though you have no stake in this whatsoever. We're in the same
So which
situation.
was Lysithea's original crest anyway?
One of
Was it
these
Charon
days,
or
you'll
Gloucester
inherit the
that,
title of
that was
Margaret
actually her
Gautier.
crest before the
Are you
experimentation?
ready for that?
It seems
I
more
know,
likely
I
that it
know.
would be
Trust me,
Gloucester,
I'm
right?
very
Yeah.
well aware. Which is why I always act
I
with
don't
the
think the game
utmost
ever
integrity.
actually says.
You're the complete opposite of integrity.
Just that
Though I suppose you have
those
been
who slither
attempting
in the
to shake
dark
some of your old
experimented on
habits
her
recently.
to give her a second crest.
You know,
But theoretically,
Kill
she
you
would
to
have
pat me
known
on
what
the back
crest
every
she
once in a
had
while.
when she was just a
You're like a
even
baby
littler
that just learned to
Lysithea.
walk. A pat on the back would only knock you over. You can try to make up for your past
Babsithia.
actions all you want. But that kind of
Bio
thing
also
isn't
says, I
easily
mean,
swept
that's
aside.
practically the same thing as saying Sylvain
The
had
sooner
a
you
hero's
realize that, the
relic.
better.
It just isn't true.
Yeah, he didn't have one.
that tongue of
Ingrid
yours
had
is
like
as sharp
3,
as ever, I
but-
see. Never change,
Ingrid
Felix.
had all of the lances that weren't
I
Ardenbar.
guess I was a touch reckless this
And
time.
even that I think she had in
As
her
much as I
inventory
hate to
for a
admit it.
little while.
So I'll give you that much.
Felix and Mercy. I have to say, by the way, I wasn't sure at first, but I really do like the supports and engage. Like, they're shorter. They're not nearly as long as these. But
Mercedes,
I
good.
really
I
like
need your help.
the interactions between the characters that are going on there.
Felix? Why do you have a cat?
I still just love Saline.
Picked it up.
Yes, I can see
Why do you have a
that,
cat?
but
Picked it up. Thank you,
Why do you have a
Felix.
cat?
it's
Because I
that my
do.
leg is hurt. Here, let me have it. I may be able to heal it with magic.
You're just trying to scare me.
There. It should be fine now.
And you're so freaking smug about
Sorry
the
for
fact
the
that you know I'm paranoid about it.
Oh, it's no trouble at all.
I'm not looking because I
Well,
don't want to
must
give you
admit,
the
you're the last
satisfaction.
person I
But
expected to
stop
bring me an
looking
injured
so
kitten.
goddamn smug.
It reminds me of how my little brother once took in a cat when we were young.
Would that little
Also,
brother of yours be
inevitably,
Professor
Byer's gonna put
Yuritsa?
a fucking spider somewhere in next
Yes.
week's memes.
Felix,
This was a
why are you
long
carrying
time
around a
ago,
PNG
when we
cat?
both still lived
Found
at
it.
House Bartels.
And what's a PNG?
My brother took in an injured cat, and after it healed, it began living in the mansion. We did our best to feed it secretly so it wouldn't be discovered.
Secretly? What's the big deal with one little furball?
We couldn't let anyone find out no matter what. The people in that house were horrid. Had they learned of the cat, they would have put it in a sack and tossed it in the river. Eventually, my mother and I left House Bartels and never looked back, though we left my brother behind.
Why,
Still,
though?
I've always wondered what happened to that poor little cat.
Why,
Animals are
but
smart
why did
enough.
you leave your brother
If they felt
behind,
threatened,
though?
It would have taken off.
I suppose you're right.
Anyway, now that you fixed the cat, I should bring it back to where I found it.
Are you sure? It's clearly taken a shine to you.
Yeah, but I can't keep it. The thing's practically a kitten. What if it has parents that, I don't know, miss it?
Yes.
What
I
if its
suppose
brother
returning
died like
it
a
would be
true
best.
hero, though, Felix? Like a true knight.
All right, go. Shoo! Come on, get out of here already. Stop rubbing my legs. What is
Wow,
it,
that's
you
even
want
worse than the
food?
shit
Well, I
Byleth
don't
would
have it.
normally have burned people to death for. That's
That cat
fucking
really
impressive
likes
display
him.
of a total lack of humanity.
Animals clearly understand when a kind soul comes to their aid.
Mercedes, do something. This cat won't stop following me.
I'm sorry, but there isn't anything I can do. You'll have to wait until it feels like going home. Goodness, really? Having a cat like you is a good thing.
True.
My little brother has always loved cats, but recently they won't come near him, and it just breaks his heart.
What do you mean recently? You haven't seen him in years.
I do not understand that, man. But regardless, that's not the issue.
Well, so long as you're stuck waiting, we may as well get comfortable and have a nice chat.
Felix, I don't think you understand that you are a cat dad now. Yeah, that's how that works. You don't adopt cats. Cats adopt you. Time frame for these supports kind of just all sorts of fucked, isn't it?
Felix. Am I getting in the way of your work?
No, I just finished up. What do you need?
I picked this up on the training grounds. I think it might be yours.
Hey, that's my brother's spur. I thought I'd lost it.
I ran around asking all the knights who it belonged to. The royal crest made it seem important.
And somehow I didn't instantly recognize
You
it as
really should
Glenn's.
take better care of it.
Right?
Didn't Glenn receive this as a gift from the late king?
If you knew that, why didn't you recognize it?
Don't shrug me off like that.
I mean, to be fair, it would have been a fair
I
question
am
as to whether it
surprised.
was Rodriguez or
You
Felix's.
never struck me as the type
Or
to keep such a memento with
Dimitri's.
you.
Guess I thought it might come in handy someday.
Whatever you say.
You're not getting a horse.
Just make sure you don't misplace it again.
Ingrid. Wait,
Yes?
you should have it.
Excuse me?
You have a horse.
Absolutely not. I could never accept something so precious.
When my brother was appointed by the king, who do you think he told first? It wasn't me
Rodrigue?
or my father. It was you.
Dimitri?
So take it.
You went and told Dimitri, probably.
But
If you want the truth, I always planned to give it to you anyway. I just never found the right time.
well, if you insist, then I accept. Thank you, Felix.
But don't get the wrong idea.
It really doesn't sound like she wants to be talking to
I'm not
Felix
doing
right
this so
now.
you can go drown
Accurate.
yourself in grief.
Here, do you have a horse and
I'm very
Felix
much
doesn't?
aware.
Just take your dead
I know
fiance's
full
fancy
well how
boot
much you detest
jangler
such
already.
displays of sentimentality. I should get going. I have a meeting to attend. Farewell, Felix.
Felix and Rodrigue.
Hey,
Hey,
What kind of greeting is that? I gave you my title, not free license for insolence.
spare me the lecture. I have a question about the lords of Southern Fraldaria's territory.
So you're having trouble with them as well, are you? Let me guess. They're withholding provisions. Or perhaps they refused to send troops they promised.
How did you know?
Because I've been through the same thing with them any number of times.
Southern soldiers are unskilled, but they make up for it with sheer numbers. I need their cooperation, yet they refuse to negotiate. And I have no idea how to convince them.
Yes. I imagine they're dealing with their own issues.
And what issues would those be?
When they refused to send reinforcements for the invasion of Sreng, it was because the lords were embroiled in a succession dispute. If one house sent soldiers, the others would pounce on the opportunity to move against them. But mere letters could never have told you something like that.
So you went around to each territory personally?
Yes.
And
Though
professionally.
considering we're presently on war footing, doing so now would be unwise.
Well, that's hardly helpful, but I'll take it into consideration and see what I can
I
do.
always do appreciate how Rodriguez just casually calls Felix out on him being a jerk when they talk and moves
Something
on
funny.
without skipping a beat.
Just thinking that you've grown into a
Yeah.
fine duke.
Were you expecting me to fail? You're the one who gave me the title, after all.
Well, it's not like I could give it to Glenn, could I?
True.
Right?
But I inherited the role when I was much older than you. You're doing extremely well for your age. It seems I raised two very capable sons.
It's a shame the one I
Don't tell me
didn't
you're
like
glorifying
lived.
Glenn's death again.
Felix,
I've been walking in your footsteps, serving our king and leading an army of knights. After all that, I thought maybe I'd come to understand you a bit better. But I still can't stomach what you said that day.
looks like I overstepped yet again. Perhaps the two of us will never see eye to eye. If Glenn were alive,
If he hadn't
I
died
have
like a
suspect
true
he'd say I
knight.
was being childish.
Yep.
Ashen to do we did. Ashen flame we need to do.
Flane gets friends. Friends for Flane.
Fish friends. Plain heart fish.
This lovely weather gives cause for my feet to wander of their own accord. Oh,
Seems I've
I
raised
think I
two
spy a
very
familiar
capable sons.
face.
Oh, thanks, Dad. I was referring to Glenn and
Good day,
Dimitri.
Morning, Flane. Out for a stroll?
yes. And you are... fishing?
Fishing?
Yep. The army's a bit short on provisions, so I
No,
was
we're
thinking I could help
not.
add to the
You
pie.
liar.
Got hundreds
What
of
a simply
fish.
splendid idea. Can I take a look at your catch?
Oh, help yourself. I've been out here since before dawn, so there's quite a few fish already.
Goodness, you're right. You must be a talented angler indeed.
Oh, thanks, Flane. And yeah, not to brag or anything, but I'm pretty confident in my abilities with the old fishing pole. My brother used to take me fishing in a nearby river when I was little.
So he taught you all you know? Oh, I must admit I'm ever so jealous.
Ever so.
I used to go fishing with my mother long ago, but I haven't done it in years at this point. And if I even think about getting close to a river now, my brother swoops down to give me an earful.
He says,
I'm sure
Flane,
he's
you
just
know your
concerned.
mother's buried near a
I'd
river.
be scared to let my younger siblings fish all by themselves, too.
Well, Flane has been eating all
want
of
to
the
give it a
fish
go
since
now?
she's gotten here. The supplies are incredibly
Really?
low by now.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be right here to
I've
make
given
sure
all
you
the fish
don't
to
fall in
Flane
or
off
anything.
camera. Just all of them.
Thank you very much, Ash. I'm going to catch a big one.
Just nuke the pond. It's fine.
Oh, I hooked one.
Look at that line bend. It must be huge.
Curses, it escaped.
I caught a glimpse of its shadow when you tried to reel it in. That thing was a monster.
I'm surprised to learn this river is home to a fish as large as that.
Same. I've been coming here for a long time and never once seen one that big.
That's what she said.
It is decided then. The next time I find that fish,
Plain to
I
actually
will
use
capture
contractions
it.
while speaking feels really weird now.
Will you join me again when that time comes? My brother will be more amenable if you agree to be there watching over me.
Seteth amenable? Yeah, that'll be the day. But sure, I'd be glad to tag along.
Wait, did she? Oh yeah. She doesn't do that very often, even in like. It always seems to be I'm when she does it as well. Oh, haven't as well. Like, you really need to find someone who can punch you a bunch of fish. Sylvain. Felix. Oh. Ingrid. Or Mercy. Ingrid, what the fuck? Brain. We've not done Felix Mercy yet, right?
Yes, we did. It was the cat.
Oh, yeah. Right. I like that Felix Lysithea is listed, but there's nothing here.
You mean Mercy and Lysithea?
Yeah, that. It's because Mercy's recruitable on Scarlet Blaze, that's why, or Scarlet Inferno, that's why. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, we're just done with Annie.
Did we do Annie Lorenz already?
We don't have Lawrence yet, so.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
No, we haven't, because he's not a character.
I keep forgetting he's not with us by default.
We've not done Ingrid Rodrigue.
Time to talk more about Glenn. What? Wait a second, bio.
Annie and Mercy only have an A rank. Yeah, I know. It's okay. Dimitri and
I have exhausted most of the
Dimitri
and Marianne
don't get a conversation at all.
Yeah, they don't get a conversation at all.
A tricky proposition indeed. The enemy general won't be foolish enough to miss a chance to seize the advantage here.
If we are going to face the enemy with our remaining troops, it would be best to have the mounted units take up formation in the narrow pass to the east. Then, the remaining Pegasus Knights can attack from the cliffs above and end this quickly. Still, my scouts claim there may be archers stationed on those cliff tops.
Naturally. Everyone knows to expect Pegasus Knights as soon as they see the standard of Galatea. The enemy will doubtless be ready for this.
Yes, it is quite the predicament. I cannot help but wonder what my father or brothers would do.
Well, they wouldn't be on a Pegasus because they
can't. As someone who
can't.
commands an army of Galatea,
Right.
withdrawal
Pegasi
is not an
do not
option.
allow men to ride them.
I don't think you need to rack your brain over this too hard, Ingrid.
But if we fight without any sort of strategy, we will suffer major casualties.
Which might prove to be in your favor. If the enemy sees your back to the wall, they may let their guard down and grow reckless. How many Pegasus Knights stand ready?
2.
Nearly half. Perhaps more if their wounds can heal in time.
Then select the most skilled from among them and make for the cliff tops.
Everyone always expects a
fly
swarm of
into the
Peg
jaws
Knights to
of their
block
trap?
out the sun as soon as they see you coming,
While
Ingrid.
using the speed of the Pegasi to minimize injury, make it look like you're taking a desperate retreat. Then withdraw your troops. If the enemy thinks they've subdued the famed Pegasus Knights of Galatea, they'll deploy troops from their main fortress, leaving it lightly guarded. Once they do, send a separate unit of your remaining Pegasus Knights to capture it.
Yes, that just might work. You are amazing, Lord Rodrigue. I suppose this comes from your wide range of experience.
Actually, it's a strategy suggested by your brother once upon a time.
My brother? Oh, that's right. I believe he served in Srang while he was still a squire.
Despite his low rank, he astonished us all with his clever suggestions for deploying our flying units.
I have a long way to go if I wish to live up to him. I must prove more diligent about studying strategy.
Very ambitious. My son could stand to learn a thing or two from your example. But you ought not overextend yourself. Make certain to rest those wings every once in a while. I wouldn't be able to face the Count or your brothers if I allowed you to work yourself to exhaustion.
Resting my wings is a rather difficult proposition. I can't very well run about playing games as I did when I was a child.
My fiance's dead after all.
In any case, I thank you very much for the advice.
Yes, he died like a true knight.
Everyone always expects
The
a swarm
pleasure
of
is
Pegasus
mine,
Knights to block out the sun as
This is a
soon
most
as they
dangerous
see you
strategy.
coming in.
So let's endeavor to make sure we both come out of this alive.
I mean, to be fair, her battalion in Three Houses was also a giant horde of Pegasi.
So we've now done all of the Blue Lions, people. Tilda's no. Lawrence, we don't have yet. Raphael, good. Ignatz, no. Leo, no. Pulse, no. Happy, we've done everyone that we can. Yep. Sedith, we did with Shez. Flame, we did Dorothea and Ash. Manuel is not on this route. Reeds hasn't been recruited yet.
I think we're actually good.
I think we're done.
Let's
Yes.
see.
Okay. We have done all of the C supports now. Fantastic. Well, for the units that we currently have anyways.
Fire says, I have a long way to go if I wish to live up to him, and many lances I'll need to collect in the meantime. What was that second part? That's a good question. Oh shit, we still have so much fucking crap to do. You?
An unexpected encounter.
Bandits? Yeah, bandits.
Well, a route mission if nothing else.
You?
Get everything set up right. That looks correct. That looks correct.
Let's earn our keep. I'll give it my...
Shall we? I'm here to help.
I'll give it 1,000%. We can do it. Best shot.
Don't push yourself too hard, okay? I'm here for you.
10.
Beat the Wyvern Lord and their allies. Okay.
Is that all we've got?
This is all my fault. Right there!
Oh, enemy commander Wyvern Lord appeared.
Oh, there's a demonic beast.
Beat the Wyvern Lord and the Demon Beast. I'll get right on that.
I'm on my way. Even though I remain true. Oh, hey, this one even has a weakness to light.
Still improving.
Oh, how mysterious. Plane.exe suddenly stopped functioning. When did the Wyvern Lord die?
Oh, I killed him a while ago. So does wild demon beasts imply that it's actually completely unrelated to what's going on here and is just a totally random demon beast that just so happened to stroll into the battlefield?
That's my assumption. Okay, please try not to lock up again this time, please.
I won't let my...
So, I will say, I'm not necessarily planning on playing Shez forever. I do have a plan to transition off of Shez eventually.
To make Byleth main character again?
Maybe.
and let me guess, you're gonna build Dorothea as her support.
You know, I'd been considering it.
Dorothea does have a really good support build.
Here's the thing. Whether or not any of that is actually feasible entirely depends on how quickly I beat Engage. Because I need to have enough time to commit to this game to actually be able to set all that up in advance. I was working on it, but then Engage came out. I mean, I'm gonna play Byleth regardless of whether Byleth is ready or not once we have access.
Right. Bio says you fucking better.
Damn right.
I assume that means relative to Dorothea as well. Yes, I assume that also includes Dorothea Bio. Both,
Supplies are
yes.
the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Bio, the voice of chat.
Like, the instant we unlock Byleth, this game is gonna get a lot harder. In general. Because not only is that the hardest part of the game, but I suddenly won't be using the instant win button that is Shez. But don't get me wrong, I've played plenty of maps on maddening difficulty with Byleth. Like, I can play Byleth, it's just, she's not absolutely busted like Shez is.
Let's earn our keep. Hope this is one of the...
Shall we?
What's the objective here?
I'm here to help, if you don't mind.
Kill the something?
I'll
Probably. I don't know, I
1000%.
wasn't paying attention.
Neither was I.
Those easy wins.
I mean, it's a bonus map,
Don't push
right?
yourself
So
Yeah.
it's gotta just be a route, basically, or a kill the
Oh,
everything till
kill
the
the
guy
courier.
shows up.
Stop the couriers from going to the place.
Okay. As soon as I find the fucking door, there it is.
We've missed one already. Because
I'm claiming this place because I can.
You do that, I will deal with the couriers.
Well, this is where the couriers are going. So
Yeah,
now
but
that
they-
it's ours, I can be a bit more distracted.
Well, no, because their goal is still just to get there. It's not to take it.
I know, but I always feel better once the place they're coming to gets taken. Because then you can just kind of stand guard in the place.
We're not losing to anyone!
Defeat the trickster. I mean, you're right there, right?
Yep.
On to the next one.
Remarkable. Is there nothing you cannot do? Come close. This is our chance.
Oh, goddess. Thank you for your protection.
I think I was fighting a completely unrelated trickster. There were two tricksters.
I think I killed the one that mattered.
I don't know. I might have killed mine at the same time. One of them was the trickster. I don't know which.
I've got this.
Because I saw him, I was fighting a trickster. I'm like, did he just come to me? Like, what's going on here?
No, I was juggling mine the whole time.
I think there were 2 unrelated tricksters.
I won't let myself stop here.
The demonic beasts are created from humans, either using creststones or yada yada yada. Oh, this is one of those easy ones. Isn't that literally every battle you take part in, Shez? Or at least the ones where you don't get your face punched in by an angry time magic ghost? Magic time ghost, maybe? Wait, free bouillon. I love it. Okay. We now do not have any outstanding shit. We can finally go and open all this crap.
Yep.
Okay, building mats. I would love to take this wood steel. Yes, thank you.
Bio says he said angry time magic ghost on purpose.
Oh, gotcha. Oh. Alright. We're gonna rescue some people. I guess.
Are we?
Yeah. It's one of those, like, houses that's actually a fight.
Ah.
You know. Those things that happen every so often. And the reason you don't actually check houses until you've done all the, like, other things.
I am fully...
Shall we? I'm here to help.
I'll give it 1,000%. We can prepare to do battle.
Don't push yourself too hard, okay?
Excuse you.
Defeat the Bone Knight. Understood.
Why does this one Bone Knight keep running past me?
Because he doesn't want to be defeated.
Rude. Signs that Flame's genuinely scary to these people. It's a tiny child with drills for hair. Run!
Defeat the Bone Knight and the Altered Golem. Oh, there's an Altered Golem.
Cool. Presumably that's not where is it?
Down inside of the map.
The rest is up to you.
Now that I've killed the Bone Knight, since the Bone Knight decided to come straight to me.
Yep, weak to lightning like they usually are.
I like Curious just triggers spells like at the exact same time. It was like, no, must use all the spells. Aw, the Bone Knight and the Altered Golem is dead.
Thank you for your protection.
Remember that time we ran into those monsters who traded you an entire building worth of materials for like 3 whetstones?
Yeah. Not monsters,
Morons, yeah. It's a tiny child with drill hair. That's calling down god lasers to kill us all! Those men have every possible reason to be afraid of that tiny child. Golurks are way easier to deal with when they aren't immune to magic for some fucking reason. I know, right? It's like demonic beasts are fun in this game and not just punishingly mean and not cool.
They are very fun in this game, actually.
3 houses. Looking at you, you bastards. Actually, Baz and I were talking about 3 houses yesterday. He's like, do you know if there's a way to turn the difficulty down after you start? Because he started on hard and apparently he's regretting it.
Ooh.
I'm like, I don't think so. But then I told him about the infinite month trick. I'm like, you could just loop the same month forever. That might help. Oh yeah, I gotta remember to actually send him the link for that.
I love that every time I lean forward to look at chat, you're also like, is there anything in there that, like, what's she looking at?
But I like to trade 500 gold for 10 arcane crystals, which I think I'm full on, but also sell for more than 500 gold.
Yeah.
Yes, I would love to do that. Thank you.
I see.
Umbral Steel or Mithril?
You probably have less Umbral Steel.
Oh, I'm full on Umbral Steel.
I see.
I'm also full on Mithril. So it doesn't matter, just give me whatever.
I think the Umbral Steel would have sold for more.
Bunch of building mats.
Come to think of it.
It turns out you can actually get punished for jumping into a harder difficulty when you aren't some type of tech savant who can make an entire army of space guns to just shoot everything with. Yeah.
Oh, we never actually unlocked Anna's shop either. Greetings.
Good.
Good. Watch the tournament and hone your yes. Give me more training points. Oh. Raise these selected units' combat level for axes. Well, Shez has mastered every axe combat magic she knows.
I mean, Annie's in an axe-wielding class at the moment.
Swinging Fury is now level 3. Fantastic.
Right.
Oh, hell yeah! Free 4 juices. Yes! I love free 4 juices. It's my favorite reward. Okie dokie, what's the restriction?
In case you're curious, our father has a nickname for my house.
Okay. So, we cannot dodge during this battle.
No dodging?
No dodging.
Oh, that's gonna slow me down.
Yeah, it means running is gonna be a pain.
It means I can't dodge sprint.
I know. That's an annoying restriction, but not because of not being able to dodge.
Well, it's an annoying restriction for me as well because I don't use the guard button, I just dodge. I also animation cancel some of my spells by dodging, so not being able to dodge is a hindrance, but it's not a game-altering one.
I use the guard button in exactly one situation, because there is a situation I use it in.
Shall we?
So when I'm fighting demonic beasts and they go into their big bursty mode, I can keep standing right next to them and not take any damage if I just guard. Which allows me to start attacking them again slightly faster.
I'm here to help. If you, I'll give it 1,000%.
And it's the only instance I ever use the guard button. Alright.
Yeah, we still can't dodge.
That was the first thing I tried to do.
Same. For all the shade I'm throwing. Also, my attacks are so much slower when I can't animation cancel out of some of them.
Don't mind if I do.
At least, most of my traversal, I just do with with Shez's C3 here to do this big, slashy dash. And it doesn't stop me from doing
can't
that.
Animation cancel. I was trying to animation cancel out of Braxis and
Have you considered not doing that?
Have I considered not doing the thing that makes some of these spells effective? No, I haven't.
Abraxas is never effective. It's a bad spell.
I'm not the one that equipped it.
Yeah, but you're the one that wanted it.
I do like having light spells on me.
I wouldn't have equipped it if you hadn't wanted it in the first place, because it's a bad spell.
I'm unstoppable.
Nothing you cannot do.
And if you can time it right, Abraxas can actually be quite useful. Like, I could just use it to kill that
Area
guy.
successfully captured.
It's not a weak spell, it's just...
It's not weak
situational
damage-wise, but it's not... But it's weak functionally.
It's not as much of an area of effect as a lot of the other spells.
Okay.
Like, you and I both tend to favor spells that hit everything.
I tend to favor spells that fucking kill. Which is not a practice.
Still can't animation cancel.
Face my comrades after this.
I do actually generate slightly more of a warrior special bar when I can't animate cancel though. For some reason.
Keep the enemy away from it.
This is just the beginning.
Whoa. I hope I can be as tough
See
as
you over there,
someday.
Mr. Bandit.
We're done for. The rest is up to you.
Hey, that northern base is in trouble.
Northern base.
The one at the north.
I'm on my way.
I'm there already.
I didn't even think that was one of ours.
I think that worked.
I just assumed that was an enemy base because of how many red things were in there.
Like, normally I wouldn't care that much, but the mission does not allow us to lose a base.
Nice one.
I think that's stronghold, Captain. Anyway.
This place won't be a problem anymore.
Small problem, I can't animation cancel out of my longer casting spells.
You're not trying hard enough.
I almost feel sorry for them.
Defeat Count Duval.
Let us begin our advance.
They seem to have us overpowered.
Beat the demonic beat. You want to take care of that?
Yeah.
Take it down in one fell swoop.
I don't think it's a requirement.
It's a bonus objective.
Always count on you.
I'm not doing the actual objective. I'm doing another bonus objective involving some like
If we can capture
dudes
this
who
stronghold.
wanted to capture our shit.
Here, come with me.
The Count Duval is advancing, so.
It's okay if the demonic beast is dead.
Cool.
They say
I'll take it.
experience speeds
Not
growth.
bad. Want to back out of the level up window though, please?
Right on.
Alright, Count Duval. Betsy Duval over here.
As long as we're together, if only this meant the end of the war.
I've got you now.
Oh, people are saying hi to you, by the way.
Oh, hello.
I mean, if
It's
the point
Death
is-
Trap, isn't it? It is Death Trap, yes.
Let's see. I mean, if the point of the game is quite literally kill the entire army of dudes that is on screen, a wide area of effect type attacks are by default strictly better than ones that aren't. Not inaccurate.
I won't let myself stop here.
Essence of
tell that to Yuritsa.
Non-essence of light Abraxas is just bad. With essence
of light Abraxas is still bad, just like less so.
It's more useful. I think it might actually deal more base damage than Aura, but at least from my experience playing using both.
Yeah, but here's the trick. Aura, you can probably land at least 2 of the beams if you aim it right. Abraxas, you're hitting them once, maybe. Unless they're absolutely at point blank at the time you launch it. Oh, sweet, more training points. We can't hold any more supplies. I tried to hit X to go into the quick travel menu. I also tried to hold R1 to sprint earlier.
Yep.
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army.
I'm also calling it R1 because my brain communicates everything in PlayStation control logic when I'm not physically looking at the buttons.
I knew what you meant.
Well, see, there's a reason I do that, though. Like, I do that on purpose because the PlayStation control layout is completely unambiguous. If you refer to a button as the cross button, everybody knows what button you mean, because the cross button has only ever been in one place. Same thing with square, triangle, circle, R1 and R2, L1, L2, L3, R3. Like, those are all, they've never moved. Of course, even when I'm talking about the PS4 controller, I still refer to it as start and select instead of options and whatever the other button is now.
I see.
Blessed Lance or Blessed Bow. It doesn't matter, just give me whatever, it's gonna get sold. Raise their res. There you go, more res for Flight.
Yay.
Indeed.
What you think?
Let's see. That would also imply that you actually refer to it as the cross button to begin with, which a very small number of people I've ever seen talk about it actually do.
See, when I'm thinking, like, when I'm actively thinking about it, I make sure to try to do that, because that is technically its proper name is the cross button. And also it's less confusing than calling it X, for reasons that have been aforementioned. Because X has been in literally every single button, placement of button on a 4-button controller. It's, I mean, the cross button is down there, on there, the X button was over here on Xbox. It's up here on Nintendo, and I believe it was over where the Nintendo A button is on Dreamcast? Or maybe, no, that might have been GameCube even. Anyway, point is, it's been everywhere. Like, the X button is the most confusing button to talk about, because it's been in every single position.
The fight starts now. I won't...
Shall we? I'm here to help. I'll give it 1,000%.
Oh, not you. Aim.
We can lose. Not now.
I shall do my very best. Here to help.
Let's claim victory and finish this once and for all.
Defeat the sniper. Understood. I am on my way.
I've managed to knock the stronghold captain out of the stronghold.
I love doing that.
Of course, then they just run back in because they're programmed to stay in the stronghold. is fun to watch them be not winners.
So,
You must leave the front lines.
well, I know it's been like a decade since you played Super last one. But do you remember Soren's map? Well, one of Soren's two maps. It's the one where you fight Soren.
Vaguely.
So Munashige's on there, right? And like after you get to the first camp, Munashige starts kind of chasing you around, and the whole idea, theoretically, is that you're not supposed to engage him, and you're supposed to like want from him to go fight Soren instead. But like obviously you always just stop and fight Munashige, right? Because why wouldn't you? It's an extra weapon and it's a bonus objective. Baz and I discovered literally in the past 2 weeks something I never knew about that map before, which is that, you know how like when you take the bases, it creates the Soren bridges, which are supposed to be the shortcuts so that you can like get away from Munashige? Turns out that guy literally will not step on those bridges. So if you just stand on the bridges, he will desperately try to get to you and just stop at the foot of the bridge and sit there and wait until you come to him. Which ultimately means that if you have any ability to hit him at range, that you can just cheese him because he can't actually ever do anything to you. It's really funny.
We can't gain any ground.
I just need to find a way to cheese Tadakatsu in the same way somehow.
Sorry, I gotta fall back.
I cannot lose.
I gotta keep up with you.
Allow me. I'm on it. Area successfully captured. Take a breather. Right there. I've got this.
Strongholds out.
The Archer and their allies. Where are their allies? The Archer's dead. Like I did that a while ago.
I'm playing with a thief. Are they counting that as an ally?
Each other. Out of the way.
This place won't be a problem anymore.
Well, whatever just died, that
We
was
can
the
ill
answer.
afford defeat here.
It was probably the thief I was playing with.
My turn. You got my back?
As long as we're together.
I'm gonna follow your lead. I've got you now.
I pray the souls of
Good job,
everyone
everyone.
who fell today can find peace.
Annie hit 111. Dots.
I'll use this to protect my friends.
Remember when he was less
I won't let
confusing and
myself
less
stop here.
controversial and semi-still relevant?
Remember when he was something anybody cared about? Oh, plot. Plot.
Then the regicide of our late King Lambert was orchestrated by none other than you and your accomplices here, Viscount Mateus. What's more, you have the audacity to pin the blame for your crime onto the innocent people of Duska.
Rail this time.
One time!
We did what we believed to be right.
Time!
We still believe it so. I bear neither shame nor regret for our actions.
Our hand was forced, Baron. We took no pleasure in the deed. But we could not lie down and allow Lambert to trample over us with his tyrannical policies.
His beloved Eastern lords may have submitted with naught but a whimper, knowing full well that they would always have the favor of the king. But we in the West refuse to play his game. It's as simple as that.
I understand the situation you found yourself in, but I fail to see the righteousness or necessity of the
The
measures
combo
you
counter
chose.
genuinely has no idea what the hell to do after the amount of times you hit people during chess is super, like, super hard. It tries to calculate everything.
Yet one can never predict what
I haven't
will lie
noticed.
on the other side of a violent, radical revolution.
I like how
With that
Annie's
understanding
uncle
in
is
mind,
just a
I
generic
decided
character
to
portrait.
obey the late king's wishes. If you took issue with his policy, you should have made a formal protest. Surely a dialogue is a more preferable outcome to cold-blooded murder.
Any protest we made would never have drowned out the chorus of his blind devotees.
Wrong. His Majesty would have listened had you only explained your troubles. I'm sure of it. Instead, you cast aside your duties as his retainers, crawled into a fetid bed with the Empire, and ended his life like the base cowards you are. Well, the time has come to face judgment for your sins.
Didn't break anything. Are you happy?
Do you really think yourself so different from them, dear Baron?
Cornelia, you sneaky wretch.
Judgment for your sins? Do you think this is one of that decrepit church's tired old parables? Sorry, but you're part of this now, trapped here like the rest of us. So be a good little boy and do your part in sowing chaos in Fargus and the rest of Fodlan while you're at it.
You look as tired as I feel. Are you okay?
How long ago did Engage come out?
Last week. Friday.
I've had that many consecutive, like, 4 or 5 hour sleep nights since then.
Oh, good. So I'm not the only one that's barely sleeping because they lose track of time playing Fire Emblem.
Oh no, I'm very cognizant of what time it is. I just don't have time to play it during the day because I have to work.
No, I lose track of time, and then the next thing I know, it's 1 in the morning, which is what happened last night. And then my body decides I'm awake by 5:30 in the morning every day, whether I set an alarm or not. So
no units are available to accept the able to accept the survey reward. What the fuck? What does that mean? Okay. Oh, support points.
because everyone's supports are maxed out.
Alright. Paralog.
Oh no.
So, Ingrid?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, you three are a merry bunch.
Right?
If this is how you're gonna approach the next battle, I better go buy some white cloth so we can start sewing our surrender flags.
Bio. Oh boy, Ingrid
Sorry.
actually gets to do
I was
something
lost in
for
thought for a
once.
second there. You don't say. What's got you down? I just never imagined we'd all be fighting together here in Dusker.
Oh yeah, we're in Dusker, by the
You
way.
come back here often, right, Dedue? I have heard His Majesty say as much on multiple occasions.
Yes.
Well, Dusker is still quite new to most of us, so we will definitely be depending on you.
A word, Ingrid. It's true we shouldn't wallow in the past, but there is also no need for false cheer.
Sure, but considering who we're going up against, it's not like we've got happy days ahead.
We'll be fighting a Dusker militia, right?
Yeah, we've been asked to put down an insurrection. Some sort of internal disagreement.
Dusker is divided. Some seek peace
Fargus
with
is
Fargus.
multiplied.
Others reject it.
Things have been getting better between
And the
our two
Empire is
lands of late,
exponentiated.
but there are still plenty of folks who can't let the old grudges go.
Hey, I get it. A lot of these people lost everything.
His Majesty still seeks to make amends. He's come here for speeches countless times.
Wait,
Our
yes, we're in
activities today
Dusker.
are part of that effort.
Yeah, we went to
You
Dusker.
still seem awfully
With
gloomy if
the
that's
Dew.
all this is.
And Ingrid.
Yeah,
mean,
never you
I
mind
get
that
this is a
we're,
place
you know,
where
in the
important
midst of a
folks
war.
died,
We just
but
decided to
that's not
fuck off to
exactly
Dusker
unusual,
for a
you
hot
know?
minute.
Yeah, we went to Dusker with our friends.
There's more.
And also Felix.
The
Our
leader of
friends,
this insurrection
and
aided
Felix,
the people
I
who killed
guess.
the late king all those years ago. So, we're not just here to put down some random rioters. Our real task is to arrest the leader and bring him back to Ferdiad.
That man played a key role in the tragedy of Dusker. And he's responsible for Glenn's death. Wait, hold on. This guy's from Dusker, right? I thought they had nothing to do with all that.
The vast majority did not.
But a few did, even if they weren't the brains.
So we
behind
can't
the whole
afford to
thing.
protect
We
place
always
I'm not
knew some from
spelling
Dusker
because we
were
don't have the
involved
time,
as
but we
guides,
can't
if
afford to
nothing
just
else.
wander off to Dusker for a while. Yeah,
And the goal is
obviously.
working with Dusker's leadership to find out who
Aryan
they were.
Road is, you know,
Gesundheit.
less
the word
important,
got out.
obviously,
But
than
still,
just going to Dusker
inciting
for a bit.
rebellion seems like a pretty last-ditch effort to avoid
I
justice.
do love that you take the time to type out that place I can't be bothered to spell, which is technically more letters
be
than
able to
just
stay your
typing
hand,
Aryan
Ingrid?
Road.
Yes, but that would mean he would have to know
I
how to
will
spell
honor
Aryan
His
Road.
Majesty's wishes. This leader has information we need, so we have to take him alive.
A-R...
No matter how much I may want
E-I...
to
Nope, you're already wrong.
do. We'll uncover the truth and punish whoever is
You had the
guilty.
first two characters right.
There's an H in
That
there
will have to
somewhere.
suffice as my revenge.
I actually can spell a place I'm not spelling. Hey, me too.
Which is why
Willow
we're
can't,
here
though.
in a certain somewhat
Willow can barely spell English words.
His Majesty placed faith in
Asking
us.
me to spell
We can't let him
nonsense
down.
place names is never gonna end
Right.
well.
Yeah, I remember that time you tried to spell Sahara.
Yeah, spelling was not my strong suit.
If you three keep acting like you're going to a funeral, your troops are gonna follow suit. Snap out of it already. Hold those heads up high.
Let's see you grit those teeth.
You're right. We're here as representatives of the king. And we can't afford to lose this battle.
Well then.
I do like that place I'm not
Come on,
spelling
let's
is in
get this
all
show on the
caps
road
and
already.
one word.
Okay, rescue the Dusker soldiers. If an ally is routed or a Dusker soldier is routed, it's GG.
This will be fun.
Hey, good news. You don't have a choice but to play Dedu.
God damn it.
You want to just sit this one out, Willow?
Yes. I just want to read chat.
Okay, your job is to man chat for me.
Yeah, I just want to read chat and talk to Bio.
We must help our allies. Permit no casualties.
Nothing else, it means I'll be able to see what the fuck I'm doing. I am gonna be very beepy this map, though, just so y'all know.
It's okay, Arval hasn't had a chance to say hi in a while.
No killing. Will only complicate things.
You think I don't know that?
Bio says, either you're going to keep acting like you're going to a funeral, then I can have that arranged. Violet in another timeline.
Well, I can't go through there.
You must have the beat on that on Violet to extend combo time.
Violet?
Sorry, Chez.
How did you say that?
The fact that your hit counts is still showing.
Well, it's not a feat, it's on my weapon. Like, my weapon just has extend combo.
Does it?
Yeah. There's a reason I'm using a Mercurius and not the, like, corrupted sword of the Centaur or whatever. Hey, Dudu, where you at? Come here.
Let's begin.
Not because you're gonna help, but just so I have a flight option.
Our allies are under attack just through here. We have to hurry.
Understood. I'm going.
Take a breather.
Fire says it feels weird for there to be actual dead air that isn't people constant weapon swinging and people dying.
Nonsense.
Be careful. These woods are dense.
You certainly know the terrain. Did you live around here?
Strike is one.
Besides, I keep the combo going for like most of the battle. By the way, could you guys, like, everybody who's not me, just go over there, please?
You're a real piece of work.
Shut up, Felix. Nobody likes you. In this or any timeline, you're just kind of focused.
There's the beeping. Told you he was gonna be back. Can't go. Okay.
I'll do it.
Take a breather.
Felix made a good point once, and now he's never going to let anyone hear the end of it. I feel like this would be a situation in which the Felix in this timeline makes himself an MVP badge. One, because he feels like for whatever reason he deserves one, but also that he's like, no, I'm clearly the most valuable player because I made Dimitri see
The
reason.
Sandwoods where the late king met his end.
Oh. That he's just doing arts and crafts somewhere in the camp, building himself an MVP badge.
Their noses where they don't belong.
They're going to be trouble, and we still have allies under attack.
Oh boy. Always the hard way. Thank God for jump spikes. Just absolutely
Excellent. I see now why His Majesty trusts you so.
It's just a decade from now. It's not like he's gonna be in an argument with somebody and suddenly say, well, I got Dimitri to stop being a moron, as if it actually meant anything.
So this is where Lambert died. My brother was wrong.
Yeah, Felix would be that friend.
Do not dwell on old wounds. Come.
Or you just find yourself going in that relevant discussion. Ow?
People shut up.
I'll help you.
Oh, insurrectionist. Close enough.
He doesn't have his, Felix doesn't have his medals, so he needs something to fill the void in his heart.
Oh, that's cute. You think Felix has a heart.
Strike is one.
Hey.
The other way.
I'm going.
Can you be more specific?
So you're gonna want to go down the middle, up, and then to the left, I think.
Gotcha.
My turn.
Oh, Dedu leveled up.
This strength will serve His Majesty. Strike is
Three
one.
more.
They're up. So you're gonna want to turn to the right, up here.
I think there's one
Enemy
more.
down.
Let's see what's in real quick.
You never cease to amaze me.
And you're gonna want to jet across that 5 feet, you can see.
There.
And then
Take a breather.
there's one right
Rescue
there.
soldiers are in trouble. Aid them. I would love to. You haven't opened the gates for me to be able to do that, so.
And then if you follow the path to the left, through the storm smoke, then
Up here. There's Rescue soldier. I come to aid you.
It must be hard for you to be fighting in your old home to do.
Your concern is unnecessary. But thank you.
I like a touching moment as much as the next guy, but we're in the middle of a battle here. Stay focused. I get why they hate us.
Please.
But what sense is there in fighting their own people?
It seems that wasn't the general we were after. Come, let us go. There's still others who need our help.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Oh, well, I have enough kills. I think we only needed 1,800. Excuse me, sir. Did not tell you you could go up there.
Dusker has all sorts of people. Good and bad.
That's pretty much the way of the world. My accomplishments won't mean a thing if I'm not still standing when the battle's over.
I have to admit, you're strong. Guess I'll be stealing some of those moves after all.
Sweet. Aided the Dusker soldiers.
I owe you for that. Thank you, my friend from Fargus.
Don't mention it. Now get out of here and find somewhere safe to hide.
Man, Arvel really has just been waiting weeks to get all this pent-up frustration out.
You come for me, huh? Well, bring it on. I'll kill the lot of you.
I will as soon as you actually show up. You're right here.
This is
Hello.
the one we're after. Remember, we need him alive.
Yeah, a bit late on that one, Felix. We need him alive as I'm busy cutting him to tiny pieces. You didn't die from that, did you? Where? Oh, no, he did die from that. The mission to actually kill him hadn't just hadn't started yet.
What are you gonna do to me?
You will come to Ferdiad and answer some questions. Take him away.
Actually, who even is giving you a letter grade for these battles? That seems like a very Violet thing to do, but she definitely isn't the one who set that up, so who did? Seth, maybe?
Probably Seth.
That
feels like
Seth
Seth.
thing, yeah. That's right. So.
Let's be real, Violet wasn't actually the one grading the battles in the last one. She was just handing out the MVP ribbons.
Except for those times when Felix got them, where she hadn't been in charge of who got the ribbons yet.
Yep. Clearly, Sedith was doing it until Violet took over the ribbon duties because she was sick of Sedith giving all of the ribbons that should have gone to other people to Felix.
This was a long time coming, and a fine result, seeing as we suffered no needless casualties.
I do love that both of us just went,
so.
Yeah, that feels like Sedith.
Still, I wonder why our target chose to take part in the tragedy of Duscur in the first place.
That kind of decision's not arrived at lightly. There must be some reason we haven't considered yet. I mean, maybe he honestly thought he was fighting for Duscur's future.
Then he went about it the wrong way.
Whatever the reason, there's no need to speculate.
Agreed. His Majesty will suss it out.
Sus.
Yes, let's put our faith in him.
Dimitri gonna be a sussy
we
baka
should tell the
over here?
citizens of Duscur about what transpired today.
Wait. I must make a brief stop.
Oh? Where?
A lake deep in the forest, where a field of flowers once grew. The area was trampled by the kingdom's army some time back. I want to see if it is recovered.
I could use some flowers in my life right about now. And who knows the next time we'll be coming this way again. Mind if I join you?
Please do.
Count me in too. Felix?
No.
I don't really care about that stuff, but sure. Still, we've got a lot to do, so let's make it quick.
Oh, how lovely.
Oh, good, we found flower.png.
In the forest.
I often came here with my sister. I am glad to see it somewhat recovered.
Somewhat? You mean it used to be even more beautiful than this?
Indeed.
Oh yeah, she got a 3,000
Wow.
hit combo and killed 1,800
I'd love to
enemy
see it
troops.
in
That's
all
an
its
S
glory
rank for
someday.
sure. It doesn't feel terribly Sedith-like.
King Lambert died
It doesn't
near
strike
this
me as the
spot,
type to
right?
give video game style
I
gradings.
wonder if Glenn ever saw this place.
It was a 12,000 hit combo, thank you.
I think
But
it likely. When things settle in Duscur, this field should also
also
return
your
to
combo
form.
count doesn't actually factor into it. It's
We should come
time
back
taken,
then.
enemies
Killed
defeated, and
damage
damage taken.
Yes, we should.
You sure you just want to hang back, Felix? This is really something.
Fortunately, it doesn't count
Might
self-damage.
be good to, you know, take in the scenery. Maybe think about your brother.
You know, he
No
died
thanks.
here, right?
Remembering the past is important, but the present gives me all the direction I need. Namely, the duty to protect the same things Glenn did before me.
And to die a true knight like he did, so my dad will finally love me.
You mean Faldaria's territory itself?
No. Well, yes. Obviously I have a duty to protect my home. But my brother didn't really do that. I mean the future of the kingdom itself. Which that fool will probably try to shoulder all on his own. So I guess they're pretty much the same thing at this point. Anyway, keep that to yourself. And don't you dare tell the boar.
Might be good to take in the scenery. You know, think about your brother, who's dead now. Maybe I didn't think that one through. Violet would absolutely go for the lower one. Promise not to tell the boar. Hey, everybody!
Yep.
Sure thing.
Good. You know, I don't really care much for flowers, but this isn't so bad.
This torn up battlefield with no flowers in sight? We just had a PNG of flowers. That's not the same thing. Hey everyone, guess what? Felix actually has feelings!
No, he doesn't. I don't trust that.
This jackass over here is feeling things! Supply master!
Supplies are the lifeblood of any army. Everything has its use.
Okie dokie. Now then.
How far away are my Fire Emblem?
Hey there. Need something?
Amiibo coins.
I thought they were cards. Now they're coins. Make up your mind.
They're marketed as cards, but the vendor I'm buying from, I'm pretty sure, does them coin style.
I've got a lot of weapons to repair at some point. Anywho, not here for that. I've got free forging.
Is this it? Is this it?
What? I have no feelings. Oh, so I'm just imagining that small cat you've been bringing around with you everywhere recently then, am I? Damn it.
Let's see. My coins shipped 5 days ago.
See you
and
around.
are where, according to...
I'm gonna go with USA.
Care to make yourself useful?
Technically inbound into customs as of a few days ago. Because what I did not realize when I ordered them, because I'm sure there must have been an American seller, is that they are coming from Austria.
Indeed.
Are you sure you don't mean Australia?
No, I mean Austria.
That definitely says Australia.
No, it definitely says Austria.
We all must do our fair share. Care to make yourself useful?
Bio says he definitely read its forgeability has increased as its forgettability has increased.
Short work of this.
Well, that's because that's not listed as the centaur sword, so it is pretty forgettable. They have misidentified the sword.
We all must do our fair share. Care to make yourself useful?
Volunteer work, manage pantry. Sylvain, Bernadetta, go do some pantry shit. Never mind, Sylvain, just look at the floor.
Counting on you both.
All right, let's give it our best.
And you need me for this? Are you sure?
I don't know what I did with my house keys.
We all must
after
do
I
our
got
fair
back to
share.
my house
Care to make
earlier
yourself
today.
useful?
You probably left them at your house.
I didn't because I locked the door. That's as much as I can say about the current location of my house keys.
Counting on you both.
They
I sure hope it's
were
something I can
in
actually
my
do.
sweater
If I
slash
can be of any
jacket.
assistance, please let me know.
However,
They
ended up falling out of my pocket while I was sleeping.
At your house. So therefore, they're still at your house.
You know, we haven't
I've
seen
got
Sarge
nothing to worry about
Ellery
with the two of you on the
chat
job.
at all tonight.
Let's be quick, shall we? I know you
Well,
don't care
usually
much
we
for
see at
working
least
with
one
me.
of them for a little bit.
I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth.
You need me for this? Are you sure? Well, someone here is just standing there staring at a bag of apples, so apparently I do, Bernie.
What do you expect? That was child's play.
And yet, no. We can leave it at that. I appreciate the help today, Felix.
I bet
We
you do,
all must do
boy.
our fair share to make yourself useful.
Counting on you both.
I will see it done speedily.
Very well. I shall lend you my strength.
You know what else starts with ST? Instead I said, very well, I will lend you my strength. You know what other word starts with ST? Very well, I will lend you my stomach.
My brain went to stuff, and I was like, I don't see why that would make you laugh that much.
Fear not, I shall lend you my stomach. Like, everybody actually does stuff when you run a stall.
Let's get this over with quickly, so we can have a nice cup of tea.
Ooh, yes, please. And maybe some of your treats to go with it?
Oh, I just realized what I've done here.
You were splendid yourself, Annie. I think we've earned ourselves a relaxing tea break.
Well, when
We all
we
must
look
do
at
our fair
who
share to
the
make yourself
remaining
useful.
two people are, it's Byla's two loves. Dorothea and Gatekeeper.
The loves of Violet's life.
Counting on you both.
Let's get it done.
Reporting for duty.
We all must do our fair share.
Okay. Oh, we still have two. Alright, time to go make some, you know, weapon durability increasing soup.
Speaking of the weapon durability increasing soup, Bio commented, Sedith, why are you shifting through that barrel of
Hunger
swords?
is the true enemy.
It's so strange. All of these swords are coated in soup for whatever reason. Why is that? Don't worry about it.
It's no reason. Take Flayn, and we take Annie. Make some weapon soup. Slather it all up on the sword.
Hey, this is great. I bet anyone would love this stuff.
Oh, but this is simply scrumptious. I love, love, love it.
The delicious fishy oil makes it.
Wow, this is so good.
Felix, what are you doing with Dorothy in the background?
This kind of skill.
Flirting.
Felix is gonna die.
Come back whenever you're hungry. Hunger is the true enemy.
Can't truly be weapon soup unless Flayn is the one making it. Only she knows the secret ingredient.
Yeah, the flavor's not really there. Might want to try something different next time.
You made this. Impressive.
Wait, for me?
Great. I love this stuff.
Come back whenever you're hungry.
Sylvain? And Zeta? Anna? Oh yeah, don't forget to visit Anna, right? Ah, it's not the run button!
Hey. Let's see.
One more chance of victory against the Emperor's personal guard. Probably retake Arendelle territory before too long. Knights of Saros and my brother's forces are preparing to try and hold the fort during the siege. And if they have any chance of succeeding, they'll need a supporting army, meaning outside reinforcements.
Not good.
I'm still feeling uneasy, even though we're the ones going to help. The Empire has way more soldiers.
You sure?
Well, we do have a smaller number of troops, but I don't think the difference is insurmountable. Folks we got covering the siege are the cream of the crop. Plus, the kingdom's got access to the heroes' relics.
Nuh-uh.
I suppose you're right about all that, but we'll be prepping to fight the Western nobles after this. That battle will inevitably cost us, and after it's over, we'll need to keep some troops in the West. I'll try to speak to my father again. It can't hurt to ask.
Let's do this thing.
Looks like the Sreng forces have backed off for now, so I imagine my father will consider sending reinforcements. Probably. That's just what I wanted to hear was probably.
Yep. Super reassuring.
Dude, don't try to pity Shez for her mistake. We all know that you'd be the first to be able to tell how bad that dish actually was.
A moment.
I'd already dispatched Catherine and our finest knights to Aryan Road. I had the one leading the kingdom's forces, Miklon, seems a talented man. I'm sure he can weather the Empire's assault for the time being. That said, we can ill afford excessive deliberation. We must do something about this internal conflict with all possible haste. I would love to. Oh, Anna!
Greetings! Blast!
You're so tall.
Such a better Anna design.
Incorrect.
Well, hello there!
Incorrect.
Is that the one?
Engage Anna much better, Anna.
False.
Is that the one?
Patently
Is that
false.
the one?
Well, patently
Nothing but
true.
the best for you. Come back soon.
Time to work you into shape.
Alright, training time. Rip everybody out of here. Dorothea, come here. We got to make sure you're getting, like, appropriate trainings and such. Yeah, you sure? You pair with Dimitri. You do compare with Felix. Ash can pair with Sylvain. Mercy and Annie can team up. Wait, maybe not. Depends. Annie's mastered literally everything. Reed and Bernie. Petra and Happy. Seth and Flame.
Aw, daddy-daughter bonding time.
And Gatekeeper, I guess you can team up. Sure. Mercy can have the day off. Oh, no. Sylvain instantly mastered a thing.
I'm a better man now than I was 5 minutes ago.
Good for you, buddy. Tell you what, since you're so much better as a man, go work on being a fortress knight.
Seth needs to make sure the new patch is actually working so Flame doesn't shut off again.
Yeah.
I'm getting better.
This will help everyone out.
This better not be one of those weird powers.
So you've got plenty of those of your own. To do, train to be a bishop. And Happy, you train to be a trickster. Because why not?
Yes, this makes sense.
I've grasped new strength.
For His Majesty.
Oh, Rodrigo got
I still
lethality.
have talent, I see.
It's how you use a power that
We might
matters.
end up having to call it early tonight. Because we're not going to have time for the next map, I don't think. Story missions, even with the two of us, usually take 15 or so minutes.
Everybody, successful training. Bernie has mastered whatever Bernie was
And Dimitri mastered his thing.
Grappler, it looks like.
I can't wait to test my new...
I could use...
Oh, this is good for
To
some.
do go learn how to throw books at people. It would honestly do more damage than if you tried to hit them using the spells.
Dimitri, go learn how to be a warlock. Bernie, go learn...
Dancer, I think, is the next in line.
Yeah, go work on Dancer. Zenith has mastered Holy Knight, it looks like.
I have yet more I didn't know
Or
I could...
Paladin, one of the two. Paladin. Alright, go work on being Fortress Knight. Thank you. Back at it again.
Roderick mastered a thing.
I did.
No. I'm a better man now than I was 5 minutes ago.
For His Majesty.
Must have been like assassin, probably. Go learn to be a swordmaster. Blaine has mastered whatever Flame was working on. And same thing Ingrid.
I've grasped new
Hey,
strength.
Essence of Ice.
So Ingrid was in
I
Grey
still have
Mori.
talent, I see.
Nope, Warlock. Try again.
Oh, sorry, I was confusing when you unlock Essence versus when you unlock, Assist.
Blaine, go work on Fortress, I guess. I'll learn how to wear heavy armor. Petra just managed to master whatever the hell she was working on.
I could use this.
A new power is now being mine.
I didn't know I could do that.
What were you working on anyway? Oh, Mortal Savant. Go work on Sniper, silly. Alright,
Time to work you into shape.
Feels kind of ominous that upon learning the skill Assassinate, Roderick's response was just for His Majesty.
But you know, as you do.
There's nothing more riveting than a new challenge.
Dimitri has learned how to be a War Master. Dedu has learned how to be a War Master.
Changed.
Levane has learned how to be a trickster.
Different road, same destination.
I just told Flame to learn how to wear heavy protective gear. It's basically the equivalent of wrapping your child in bubble wrap so they won't get hurt playing with the other kids.
I welcome.
Rodriguez learned how to be a trickster. but also a dancer. Dancer Rodrigue.
This seems a good fit.
It actually looks quite becoming on him.
Could have done without the little hip shake, though.
Well, yeah.
Seth got a horse.
Horizon.
A different horse, technically. He was already on a horse.
Seth got a horse.
Another different horse.
Blaine got a dragon.
Wyvern, technically.
And Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper got a sword.
Well, this is new.
Alright, sweet.
Bio, yeah. The shaking was a bit much. He does wear the outfit well, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you on that. It's just I could have done without the little, like, hip wiggle that he felt the need to do. That was, yeah, it was a bit much. Not gonna lie. Alright, so we are right in front of Elidor territory. Enemy level 131. What the hell chapter are we on?
I don't know.
Over the game.
It'll tell us when we save.
Chapter 8. So we're 4 chapters off from Byleth.
Yep.
And literally the halfway point of the game, technically speaking.
And this is what session of the stream?
7.
7?
7.
Okay. Well, it's not gonna... I mean, we knew it wasn't gonna be anywhere near as long a stream as...
Well, I mean, it would be even shorter if we weren't doing
the supports.
Like, the supports are... Sports took, you know, half the session. Well, between that and... But the supports were probably an hour by themselves, I would guess.
Why did Chez almost die from standing where they were standing? I'm confused.
No, I'm also... I mean, I guess we were in the firing range down at the training field, so maybe that.
I love when you and I see comments from Bio and we're like, you know, we've been just kind of chatting about I don't know what. So.
Well, it's on a delay as well, right? So like, I've got it on the lowest delay possible, but there's still a delay. So some of the time it's like, yeah, I'm not sure what happened that period of time ago that would trigger that, you know. Anyways, Will's gotta go home.
Willow
By
does
which I
have to
mean
go
not
home.
not home. She has to go to her parents' house, where she still lives at the moment.
For another, like...
few weeks.
19 days.
Yeah. But anyway, that's gonna do it for this week. Next week, Elidor territory. So.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Later.
Bye.